Stray.
He's in the office. You started early.
So?
You didn't. Normally we get a 2-minute warning. You almost caught me, too. Was that the idea?
You're lucky I had to go to piss.
Okay.
Only 3 or 4 minutes early.
I know, but that's enough. Normally we have a little routine. Everybody does a last-minute check of everything. About 3:10. There he comes.
Late.
Call 2 minutes.
What?
Chloe didn't call 2 minutes.
What time's the show start?
Usually about now.
What's my time slot?
3 to 7.
All right. What time is it?
3:11.
You're late.
Fine.
Well? What do you get?
The door of death.
Love that.
I don't. I've run through it, or into it.
Close, set those up in the next break. Put the paper over different doors. How do we do it? 3 are closed, 1 are open, 1 is open?
No, that's not how you did it to me.
That's the general idea.
Yeah, that was the idea. That's what you told me you were going to do.
Right, and you run through it, and the chances are you hit the closed door pretty freaking good.
100% in my case.
I don't think we actually said any of the doors were open.
Yeah, that was the whole idea. You'd be able to run through one of the doors of the 4. One of them was supposed to be open. And then when you finally did open the one, Big Stacy was on the other side to grab me and give me a bear hug. Shut up, Dan.
What kind of bear?
A big bear.
All right. Well, I got nothing to do for a few minutes. I'll load up a break.
Just to jack with us.
I've been coming in early because I did. Since we got, I don't know why, we got the 5th dog, the Beagle.
Yeah?
All of them have just turned into more of a pain.
Why?
Everybody wants to do something and nobody can sync up their bladders.
Well, they're dogs. We know how to sync things up.
Well, now I leave early every day and they just piss on the carpet. That way they can go at their leisure.
Nice solution.
It's just everybody wants something at a different time.
Yeah, they're dogs.
And this once they go
that they go that way. They don't really think, hey, I wonder when it's convenient that he's going to stop playing with himself long enough to help me.
And you know what? Go do something else while I'm enjoying pornography. I'm standing outside the door and look through the glass.
That's very interesting to them. He does that all the time. Wonder what that is.
You know, it just comes out with that.
Okay, here come the kicking feet.
Odd aroma. Always smells like sex.
Mm-hmm.
What, Chloe?
I said, "Oh, dude, you're not."
What?
No, never mind.
What?
Just your aroma.
Well, dogs know when you've been playing with yourself.
How do you know that they know?
They're hounds. That Beagle's all over me when I come out of my office.
Well,
did they ever eat the tissues or anything?
I've chased Abby before. Well, Chihuahua was a fast bitch.
Oh, gross. Stop it. I don't hear that a dog got one of your tissues in its mouth. This is disgusting.
I believe you brought it up.
Chloe did, actually.
Oh, all right. You gonna load up a break?
Yes.
I'm kidding. All right, what do we got? Turn the air down in here, Chloe. Have anything going on before we start?
I got several things, actually.
Did you get my email about my Deadpool?
When did he die? I've enjoyed his talents and genius for decades and have decided to honor Cowboy Weaver by adding him to my Deadpool list. I implore my God to never take away his precious gift from our planet. I'll always be Cowboy Weaver's pal in the saddle. When did he die? I've looked everywhere. I can't find the fact that he died.
That doesn't mean he died.
Yes, it does. Anytime you do that to somebody, they're dead. Yes. When did he die?
Give me the email. Doesn't say anywhere on there that he's dead. Said I want him on the Deadpool.
You want him on the Deadpool?
I've enjoyed his talent and genius for decades and decided to honor Cowboy Weaver by adding to my Deadpool list. I'll implore my God to never take away this precious gift. Viva Vaquero Weaver. I mean, he's dead.
Yes, when did he die? I can't find the story anywhere.
possibly he's not dead.
Well, when you found out something, you know. What do you know? What have you done?
I have picked people on my Deadpool list before that I got them before.
Not when you send some of those little flowery emails about how much you love. You hated him anyway because your dad made you watch him on Saturday afternoons.
Trey, do you even know who that is?
Not a clue.
Yeah, it was. I think it was back in the 60s. Saturday afternoons would be nothing on Channel 11. Would be nothing but backwards cowboy music.
I found and printed out the old schedule since I figured we were going to do a Cowboy Weaver set.
Cowboy Weaver was a cheap set, and I don't know why they never played live. It's like they played to their own instrument, the backing instruments.
A track, yeah.
And they couldn't lip sync for piss. And they'd blow it, and they wouldn't stop and retake it. So I don't know if it was live or they didn't give a F.
Kind of a Grand Ole Opry-ish.
But on a lower budget.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Shot locally someplace in Fort Worth. Cowboy Weaver and his pals of the saddle. Every freaking Saturday. It didn't matter what was going on in the house. I don't care if my mom's vagina exploded. I'd go in and tell my dad it didn't matter what. He'd look at me, point at me, go, listen, and then point at the TV set. Okay? That means something's about to happen that's going to catch my interest.
It'd be bad.
After about 15 minutes, I realized he just wanted me to shut up. And it was as old school country music as you could fathom.
Like Chet Atkins bad?
Oh, worse.
How dare you? Chet Atkins was wonderful.
Would be Cowboy Weaver. Or just the actual...
Yeah.
Where'd you find this?
Online. There's all kinds of weird stuff.
This is Channel 11's lineup from
I searched Cowboy Weaver when you said he died.
I didn't say he died.
You put him on your Deadpool and you gave all the fly. I know you hate him, so don't tell me you've loved his music forever. I felt
you got Cowboy Weaver at 4, Lawrence Welk at 5. Skip ahead to 7 o'clock, the Wilburn Brothers. 7:30, that good old Nashville music. He'd watch this crap day. This is what gave him that stroke.
No, it's not.
Now, this was back when Channel 11 was
an independent. They didn't carry much of anything.
Gotcha.
In fact, I think it was all the way up into the 70s when they did their own newscast. The video that they'd bring in was actually shot on 8mm.
Really?
Sure. Remember that, John?
Absolutely.
I don't know where all of a sudden they got a budget. It was long before, I think, CBS bought them.
Yeah, long before that. They were an independent with some cash in the 80s, 90s.
Let's see, Buck Owens at 8, Porter Wagner at 8:30, then 10 o'clock, wrestling from the Sportatorium. Sweet. He didn't move an inch on Saturday. As soon as Porter Wagner came on at 4, that was it for the day.
He even slept through Lawrence Welk.
I think he'd get up, go to the bathroom.
God, my grandparents. Because later on, he would come on,
Lawrence Welk,
Channel 13, PBS. Every effing time he was on,
That's why you want to go visit your grandparents or anybody in their 60s, because that's all that was their national pastime, to sit there, fill up their colostomy bags, and watch that.
It's entertaining to them.
Hey, let's go visit the grandparents. I'd rather get hit by something.
That was their form of entertainment. You know, the TV was relatively new, and they could sit there and watch a full-blown show. Not have to go anywhere.
Dan, what are you looking at online?
I'm just trying to see if there's any new news.
Breaking news on the Cowboy Weaver.
That doesn't mean he's dead.
Yes, it does.
I'm not saying he's dead. I'm just researching.
Can you find anything online? I don't even know what his full name is. I just know Cowboy Weaver and his pals of the saddle. That's what I'll always be, one of his buddies.
Yeah. Sure.
Cowboy Weaver's brother called KLLI and left a message for me, said Cowboy Weaver died.
No. How odd. Really? His brother, why would he call KLLI?
Why would he call me?
Well, because we talk about him more than anybody else does. We've mentioned his name.
I got online. I Googled, I don't know how many different ways. I couldn't find piss on Cowboy. So nobody knows what I'm talking about unless you grew up in Dallas-Fort Worth.
I guess, no. I didn't know. As a kid, you don't know that everybody's not watching the same thing nationwide, so I didn't know it was a local show.
No, this was just a Saturday afternoon torture thing.
He didn't even have a wiki page?
No.
Mm-mm.
I was
Man. I've heard you've hit rock bottom if you don't have a wiki page.
The man's dead.
His brother called you. Maybe what? Cowboy Weaver's brother called you.
Is that only funny to him?
Oh, it's funny. That's just words I never thought I'd say.
And they said he left a message and didn't want it to be too big of a shock the way they said, just kind of lead into it if you can. Just don't hit him with it. You hear about Cowboy Weaver?
Oh, my God.
God, how old was he?
I don't know. Back in the 60s, he looked like he was probably 35. He looked like, think of Imus right now, take off about 40 years. Same cowboy hat, same neckerchief,
And look.
just black and white. Think I should go to the funeral?
I'll go with you. Believe me, if we know where it is, I'm going. I'd love to hear the voicemail. Oh, that's so funny.
I don't know how old he is, but I'm sure he's worth 3 or 4 points.
You don't get him. You found out that he died before. No.
I picked him before it hit the news.
That doesn't count. You picked him after you knew he was dead.
You got a tip.
Yeah. Cowboy Weaver.
This will square me up for losing Robert Goulet. All right. Anything else before we start news?
Let me see here. Yeah, I got a homosexual man very mad at me. Look how long this email is. Basically, it says I
You blowing his mouth?
No.
They don't like that.
I don't know this person. He's just mad because I said about the California Prop 8 that it was a vote. Get over it. The people have spoken. Even Elton John came out yesterday and went, you know what? The people in America are really twisted off on the word marriage. Get over the word marriage. Just get over it.
Well, what'd the gay guy want? Let me see the email.
It's forever long.
That's like 4 typewritten pages.
Uh-huh.
Where did I start? About the middle?
Sure.
JD has no right to say the people voted to get over it. The issue is not that simple. And when the Mormons come from other states and give money to support Proposition 8, when they do not even live in California, that's just not right. First, the word marriage, according to the people, is a religious term, and they say it means between... I'm jumping to the end. JD used to be my favorite behind Russ, but now I'm beginning to wonder if he really is a grand dragon. JD, did you know that having sex for any purpose other than breeding is a sin? So all of your fun sex games are wrong. Maybe the government should step in and take away your dildos. Did you know that playing with yourself is wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody's telling him he can't have gay sex. Have all of it. Do it every which way. Have things go in every orifice of your body. I don't care. The fact is, they put it to the vote, and the people voted, and they said no on Prop 8 or whatever it was. Yes on Prop 8.
Why would you actually put that up to a vote?
You shouldn't have.
Either constitutionally, you have the right to be married, or you don't.
Well,
2 people, if you want to get together and you want to have some type of bond, I don't care. Don't make me look.
And they called it Prop 8, but really all it boils down to, it was a vote to decide whether or not we're going to discriminate as a state.
Well,
and they decided to.
Their courts had ruled that gay marriage was okay because they said there was nothing in the state constitution that banned it. So they put this to a vote to basically amend their constitution one way or the other, say, yeah, it's okay, or no, it's not.
I would rather have somebody interpret the Constitution than let a bunch of idiots vote.
Well,
Again, makes no difference to me. You want to get together and bump pea heads and actually have some paperwork that said it's okay. Make any difference?
And that's what the court said. There's nothing in the Constitution to prevent it, so it's okay, and that's why they put it on the ballot. I think it's a big waste of time, but I mean, hell, there are people, including Bush, who really want to push for an actual U.S. constitutional amendment banning gay marriage. I mean, I think it's absolutely a waste of time, money, and
even if it was something that needed to be done, it's something that really doesn't need to be anywhere near the top of the list.
yeah, right now we got much bigger fish to fry.
Well, if the country was exactly where it needed to be and you wanted to go after the homos, all right, that's fine.
No, it's not. Let them do whatever the hell they want.
But we want to eat up, but we want to have a referendum, and we actually want to throw it out to a vote, and then you have Bush that wants to eat up more court time to decide whether or not we can allow gays to marry. Do something else.
Absolutely. I don't understand it at all. Why is this an issue?
It's an issue because certain people in this country like to legislate morality.
I'll go with that. But, I mean, again, we have so many bigger problems.
I'm with you.
Well, that's what I said. Even if you really wanted to throw morality into it and just point back at the Bible and said, look, you can't bump Peter heads. Sorry. It's a sin against God. So as a result, we're not going to let you get married. Set it aside. You can go get the homos later. You got plenty of time for persecution.
Possibly next summer.
We're really good at that.
Yeah, that's one thing that this country is absolutely built upon is when we're bored, we'll persecute somebody. We'll find a way to pass the time.
In a way, that's what happened to Imus. We were bored that week. You know, that was why he was breaking news for 10 days, because the country was bored.
Well, what was the next event? Was it the shooting
at Virginia Tech? Didn't hear another word.
You're right, and you'd hate to play it out that way. All I got to do is sit on this for a few more days.
That's right.
Because you know somebody's going to do something somewhere, and I shocked and will get off my... Man, I didn't say anything.
He didn't.
Oh, well, I apologize. I apologize the next day. Oh, man, I sent them all a bunch of hats. They didn't seem to enjoy that.
No, I wouldn't think so.
You're right. Had CBS waited 3 or 4 days, Imus would have been out of the frying pan and everything would have been kosher.
Yeah, they fired him on a Thursday. He met with the Rutgers players on Saturday night. Monday, Virginia Tech massacre.
Everything shifted, and the Rutgers chicks accepted his apology. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't that be enough for CBS?
Well, it is. I mean,
that's because we got dildos running this company.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 4-day, $20 million F-up.
They were worried about the PR and the potential advertising loss. Okay, how much money did you lose when you pulled Imus? I don't know what he made for the company. Had to be a lot for what they were paying him.
Absolutely. And as far as I know, maybe a few pulled out, but most people didn't. Everybody was waiting to see how it shook out.
Most people knew it wasn't like Imus got on, dropped the N-word, threw out some type of hate speech. Again, I don't care what happens to the guy. I never really paid attention to him until all this happened.
Until you found out you could do him perfectly.
That's not that hard of a thing to do.
It really can't. I can't do it.
You just swallow your tongue halfway down your throat. And I don't know what else. Say one thing about a couple of basketball teams. That's something nice about one side.
You did. You actually spoke nicely.
Not everybody's pretty.
No, not.
What is line 1, Alfie?
He's talking about the gay marriage issue.
Yeah. What about it? Is he gay?
No, he's just trying to, I guess, give us some clarification as to why.
Well, then put him on hold so I can pick it up. What's his name?
Ken.
Got a stupid name. Yes, Ken.
Yeah, the reason why I said why it needed to be handled now is it's a hot issue right now. If you just let it go with what the court did and said, it's okay because there's no law one way or the other, and then later on you decide to put in a law, it's too late to do it then, because by then millions of people would have been married.
Well, what happened to the people that already got married in California?
Well, then there is a problem with that right now, but it would become a bigger issue if you would have let it go on for years and years and years after all the other problems are solved, and then you handle it, then that becomes an even bigger problem. So it has to be handled while it's in its infancy.
I don't understand why it had to be handled. Why you can't get people together to actually raise money for real causes, but you can get somebody twisted because there's some type of biblical references, and then they'll come out for that. They don't want to get anything done. They just want to protest.
Yeah, they came out by thousands. He's up to yesterday. Up to including yesterday.
Well, and the protest isn't going to change anything. Yeah. So, you know what? You're done. Flame off. Do we need a break? All right.
Russ Martin Show. This soap opera gets better and better. The Russ Martin Show.
think of it as a way to enlighten myself as opposed to a way to get more gifts?
Yeah, because that's what you're doing. Why would you enlighten yourself by becoming a Jew?
Yeah.
You're doing it now because Christmas and Hanukkah are coming, and you're going to get more gifts.
I don't think Jews get anything for Christmas.
Yes, well, you're going to be Christmas because you're a Christian. You're just trying on Jews, so you're going to get both. And you got 8 nights of getting gifts if you're Jewish.
When does Hanukkah start?
Mid-December, like 20th, somewhere around there.
Goes for a week or so?
Yeah.
Good. Ready to go, Dan?
All set.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. Right now in Dallas, 35 southbound at Royal Lane, you have an accident blocking the right lane, and the backup is the Whitlock. Over in Fort Worth, 114 at Harriet Creek, there's an accident, but actually the wreck is actually at Roaring River Road, just west of Harriet Creek. And up in Plano, 75 southbound, the carpool lane is blocked between Park and 635, so you're going to have to just get on the regular old highway with all the other knuckleheads. There's your first second traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Dan, a little cool tonight. 48 for the overnight low, 72 tomorrow. We're currently at 72 degrees at Live 105.3.
Maybe I'd take a look at different religions.
Why?
Give each one a shot.
You don't give any religion a shot.
Why?
You don't go to church. You call yourself a Christian. Are you really a Christian?
Not now.
You can't just try them on like old shoes and go, oh, okay, I'm a Jew today.
What do I do with mine?
With your what?
Hang on, my Jew instructions. There. What does that say?
How to become a Jew. Oh, my God. Is there classes you have to go to? Any kind of...
Yes. How many classes?
Well, you have to learn Hebrew.
All of it?
So we have to learn how to say I don't even know what they call it, but yeah, you have to learn how to speak in Hebrew because that's like your first big deal when you go before the temple. And
do you have to learn the entire language or just enough for the ceremony?
I don't know the answer to that.
What does your paperwork say? Your manual.
Well, I haven't read it yet. Converting to Judaism, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is not easy. It involves many lifestyle changes and about a year of studying. Becoming a Jew is not just a religious change. The convert not only accepts the Jewish faith, but becomes a member of the Jewish people and embraces Jewish culture and history. So why wouldn't that be a way to just broaden my knowledge?
You might be broadening your knowledge, but why are you doing this? But you're not doing it to broaden your knowledge about Jews.
Well, I looked at the Zen and Buddhism, and obviously that had some things to offer, so I figured I'd just make the rounds.
A religion a month? Kind of like the book club?
Well, until I get tired of it. I didn't realize I got to learn Hebrew.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you have to learn with each religion. If you're
and you'd actually have to read the Torah and, know.
I've seen it.
Huh?
Movie. I don't know what the Japs got to do with the Jews.
Torah is not it, no.
Conversions are overseen by a religious court, which must be convinced that the convert is sincere, converting for the right reasons, is converting of their own free will, has a thorough knowledge of Jewish faith and practices, will observe an observant Jewish life. To rituals, a male convert must undergo circumcision. Got that one? Must also undergo immersion in a Jewish ritual bath, a mikveh, with appropriate prayers. Doesn't say anything about learning Hebrew.
You do.
I'm going to ask you again, the entire language or just enough for the ceremony?
I'm going to imagine you got to learn the entire language. At least be able to read and speak it.
There are a lot of Jews that I know that can't speak Hebrew.
Well, if they had a bar mitzvah, then you have to give a speech then in Hebrew.
How long before my bar mitzvah? Is that 13 years?
Yeah.
How long do my bar mitzvah?
That's going to be a big party.
Yeah, that's just a party. So far, you got the 8 nights of gifts.
Well, I've already skated on the circumcision.
Yes, you got that one handled. You got one thing handled.
Well, I picked a Jewish name.
What is your Jewish name? We have to call you this from now on?
Yes.
Okay, let me get a pen. What's your name?
Mordecai Steamroller.
What? Mordecai Steamroller.
Yes.
Mordecai. I can't even write it down.
Let's call you your full name.
Just until I get used to it.
Okay.
I had two. That was the one that I went with. That sounded more Jewish.
What was the other one?
Linda Diggler.
I think Mordecai was the way to go. If I just oh my God.
What is line 3, Alfie?
He's got a rule depending on what, I guess, sect of Judaism you're planning on taking.
Is it Svet? I didn't pick anything up. Line 3? What's your name?
Svet.
Svet?
Yes.
What do you want?
If you're an Orthodox Jew, if you convert to Orthodox Judaism, you cannot masturbate.
I don't think any of the religions let you whack off. They all seem to have a hard-on for that.
It's very, very against Orthodox Judaic laws.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
I don't think you want to go Orthodox.
Obviously not.
Well, what's the difference between Orthodox and non-certified?
Making up your own branch now.
Orthodox is just a very strict interpretation of, and
So you just have Judaism and then Orthodox.
Well, then Hasidic.
What do the Hasids do?
They're the ones you see where they actually have like the long black hair and it's braided on the sides and always in like black hat.
Love those outfits. Now, are those real or are those weaves?
No, those are real.
Yeah.
Temple is all day.
All day?
Pretty sure, yeah.
How many days a week?
Well, it's Saturday. Then I'm sure there's other stuff.
I'm on Saturdays.
Have to go to church on Saturday.
Just go regular Jew, you'll be fine.
What's regular Jew? You make this sound like a cult product.
I think they prefer to call it traditional.
It sounds a lot easier.
Jew light?
What?
He's like regular Jew, Jew light, diet Jew. I don't know.
I ain't been Jew 20 minutes and you're already throwing out slurs.
Not a slur. I wasn't slurring you. Very proud of you.
You say anything about my nose?
No, your nose is already there. You're good.
That sounds like this is going to take too much time out of my schedule. Mm-hmm. That's a great thing about being Baptist. You ain't got to do dick.
Dump yourself in the tub.
Free and clear.
So you were a Jew for what, 10 minutes?
I'm gonna try it for a while, at least through Hanukkah.
What was your name again? I forgot.
Mordecai Steamroller.
Mordecai Steamroller. Do we need to get new bumpers made up for the show?
Why does it sound like a wrestling move? Like the Mordecai Steamroller.
Yeah, probably will be. Gavin.
Yes.
I need new bumpers made.
You're not going to become Jewish.
I'm Jew now. The Mordecai Steamroller Show.
And we're going to have to figure out your holidays.
What do you mean? Well, I got the Hanukkah.
Well, I know, but the Jewish calendar, the Jewish faith has different holidays throughout the year.
Well, you have Yom Kippur, you got Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah.
Isn't that right?
No.
This is going to be a kick-ass year.
I think Bowser was Jew.
No. Maybe he was. Tracy's got that.
That one was a little obscure. It's kind of hard to get into. I ain't been Jew long.
No, you're doing a good job.
Thanks. And Trey, the days of borrowing money are past. All right. Anything else before we get the news?
All mainstream forms of Judaism today are open to sincere converts.
Well, again, I think if you're just trying to educate yourself on the different religions, that would be sincere.
Absolutely, and I don't think they'd have any problem with that. To go on a little bit further, the conversion process is evaluated by an authority, and the convert is examined on his sincerity and knowledge. Traditional Judaism maintains that a Jew, whether by birth or conversion, is in fact a Jew forever. Thus, a Jew who claims to be an atheist or converts to another religion is still considered by traditional Judaism to be Jewish. However,
all right, so there's no going back. Apparently not.
Once you're Jew, you're a Jew.
Okay.
Now, that's why they have groups like, Jews for Jesus. It's Jews that have, converted to Christianity.
Got it. All right.
You mean all right? You're not going to do this.
I'm going to do it through the end of December, and I expect gifts every day in the Hanukkah, and then whenever Rosh Hashanah comes along. Do you celebrate Easter?
No.
Perhaps in a different way.
Yeah.
I don't get nothing for Easter.
No,
There ain't no Jew bunny.
Wow. Please play it.
Thank you, Easter Jew. All right.
No.
Anything else before we go home?
I've enjoyed you being Jewish.
There's got to be something to the faith if a good portion of
Oh, there is something to
the
it.
planet is Jewish.
there is. And it's a very strong faith, very family-oriented.
I don't like that.
Well, it's also one of the oldest religions in the world.
But you have that whole, you have to denounce Christ thing.
What do I get?
A visit by the Easter Jew.
All right. So I'm clear. If I denounce Jesus Christ as my Savior, I get a basket of Cadbury's.
Lord, take me now.
Is that what I get? Because I'm going to need more than chocolates to turn my back on Jesus.
Kosher Cadbury, but yes.
Get some Peeps.
Peeps? What the hell is a peep?
It's a little marshmallow candy.
Oh. I thought you meant like black guys in a possum.
Dan, read the plugs.
Here are my peeps.
Oh, no.
It's time for Bust a Move. Let's have an emergency dance party. Throw on some Dropkick Murphys and let's boogie.
No, I'll quit it. Just stop. Stop. Everybody.
Yeah, let's go home. Do plugs, Dan. Any more of those I want to take, Alfie?
Line 3 is a little bit of a snafu that you may run into with conversion.
Well, I've already had a problem with this whacking off thing. Like I said, most religions, they make that face about spilling the seed.
Yeah, most of them think that way. Some of them are.
What if you catch it in a cup?
No. You're still spilling it.
But not if you keep it. Isn't that the whole thing? You're wasting life?
Yeah.
And how long?
In a cup, you're still wasting the life.
Well, you hang on to it.
How long and for what?
Well, it's around the Frigidaire, the Sub-Zero. Well, plus, I've already been, what's the word?
Fixed?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're not really.
So I'm not doing any. Actually, I'm keeping all my seeds inside.
Yeah, you still.
Because once you've had a vasectomy, all the semen stays inside.
I wonder if you
it's
could-
just that fluid that comes flying.
God, you're right. That is like one hell of a religious and biblical loophole. Way to go, man.
Yeah, you could probably still do it then because you're not really spilling seed.
Oh, I pay. What's your line, Alfie? I forgot. 3? All right. Yes, Zach.
Hey, how's it going, Russ? I just, or Mordecai, I don't know what I just want to let you know the conversion process, you don't have to learn Hebrew. You just have to learn the blessings that you have to say and the prayers. And also, with the whole circumcision deal, even though you might have had your member fixed up already, they still got to draw blood from your member.
How?
I'm not sure exactly how they do it, but it represents a covenant between yourself and God.
Why would you need blood from my junk?
Beats me. It's one of those old school deals, but that's the custom.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to guess that might be more orthodox.
Yeah, we ain't going the big O.
Yeah.
Just straight line. Easy, Jew. Nope. Ready, Dan?
God, yes.
All right, so I don't put up a Christmas tree, right?
No.
I put up the
menorah.
Is that the one with all the candles?
Yes.
All right. What's a dreidel?
It's a toy.
Oh, all right.
Nobody else get him a dreidel. That's my first night gift, okay?
I get 8?
You get 8 gifts, yeah. One each night.
Okay. Oh, my God. Did you start news yet?
No.
You can give it a shot?
If you tell me to.
Load it again, Chloe. All right, 4 o'clock at KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Today is Thursday. Sorry, old habit. Thank you, Mordecai, steamroller. And I'm not just going to only call you Mordecai. I need the whole thing in there.
Well, you can also use my alias if you want.
Which is?
Linda Dickler.
Okay. Thursday, November 13th, 2008.
Flo, give me the bottle.
Birthdays today.
Did you drink?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Ron Artest turns 29. He, of course, NBA player who was involved in the big Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers brawl a few years back. He was back with the Pacers then. He's now playing for the Houston Rockets. Jimmy Kimmel turns 41. Vinny Testaverde turns 45 today and could probably still back up Tony Romo better than Brad Johnson. Whoopi Goldberg turns 53. Joe Montana is 61. And Gary Marshall, brother of Penny Marshall, turns 74. Vice President-elect Joe Biden is scheduled to meet today with Dick Cheney.
Bye.
Whom he has said is probably the most dangerous vice president we've had in U.S. history. So I'm going to go say hi to him at his house.
Why is he going to meet Cheney?
I think it's sort of along the same lines as, Barack going to see Bush at the White House. Now Biden's going to go see Cheney in his government home and probably bury him in the backyard.
Yeah, Bush don't shoot people.
The session is scheduled to take place late this afternoon at the Vice President's.
How freaking uncomfortable is that going to be?
Very much.
You played off Cheney as... It made Cheney sound, this is according to Biden, made Cheney sound like the puppeteer for the Bush administration,
Absolutely.
where he was controlling everything behind the scenes, and also called him one of the most dangerous vice VPs in history. Now you're going to go hang out with him at his house.
Come in the house. I can see it from out here. No, come inside. Close the door, most importantly.
Well, the other thing is, I could easily see Cheney when Biden comes walking in and is like, remember all that stuff you said? Mm-hmm. You were right.
And now you'll die.
I think I would just wait till after the 20th next year and just kind of skate in and not talk to anybody about anything, especially if it's Cheney and you've been bad-mouthing him the entire time.
That's it. He's really gone after him.
Because Cheney's the type, he may open the door and go, hello, a-hole.
So?
What am I sure gonna business?
Biden, of course, a 35-year Senate veteran with a deep knowledge of foreign policy, has said he expects to be an advisor-in-chief to President-elect Barack Obama, but his aides have emphasized that he will not run a shadow operation, a pointed reference to Cheney.
Yeah, his domestic policy comes up a little bit short. If you're going to be bad-mouthing somebody that shoots his buddies,
makes them apologize,
and then you're going to go back and hang out with him and get advice on being the VP.
We'll be okay. We'll be friends. All right, hopefully.
Mazel tov.
The pregnant man who gave birth to a daughter earlier this year says he is now expecting a second child. Thomas Beatty, a married man who used to be a woman, has told America's ABC News that after giving birth to Susan on June 29th, he did not go back on the male hormone testosterone, so he could have another baby.
All right, I obviously wasn't paying attention. This guy's a tranny?
Yes. He's now a woman. All right. Now a man. Yes. Now a man.
He's a man, used to be a chick.
Yes.
But didn't make the full conversion.
Right.
Why are they letting that have children?
Because she can.
They don't let people have babies. They can just have them.
That needs to stop.
Why?
You've got a guy who can't decide what, or chick, an indecisive chick that wants to keep having babies, but also wants to be a man. Is he married?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Oh. He lives with his wife, Nancy.
Is his wife really a woman?
Yes.
Okay. Where'd the semen come from?
That was artificial to say? I believe it's
yeah, it was artificially inseminated. He was born.
Why would you make some decision If you want to be, why did the chick in the marriage, the real one, or the other one, whichever one that ain't the guy,
right?
Why did she have the baby?
That's a real good.
Actually, I think I remember reading about this when their first baby, or when they were pregnant the first time, and
Well,
I think she can't.
All right,
I think.
Okay. Well,
I could be wrong.
I appreciate you taking one for the team, but that's still an environment I wouldn't want a kid to grow up in.
That would be very, very confusing, very sad for a child. And you bring one in, that's bad enough, but two.
And I'm not necessarily talking about a gay marriage because I don't really know what that one is. That one sounds too indecisive. But you got a tranny that wants to have another kid.
And can and will. Have a whole family.
Good, yeah. Okay. Hold on. Line 1, Alfie.
Now what?
Is that what they get instead of Santa Claus?
Yeah, that's what her dad did.
What's her name?
Bianca.
Yes, Bianca.
Yes, Russ. I was going to give you a little Jew 101.
Go ahead.
Well, not many people really want to be Jews, and that's you're very unusual. They usually have to go kicking and screaming, so that's very unusual. But during Hanukkah, we didn't have Santa Claus. We had Hanukkah Harry, and he was an old Jewish man with mules, and they were Shlomo and Boyle and Moitza, and they had all these weird names.
Now, you jacking with me, or your parents really pushed this off on you?
No, you remember on Saturday Night Live they had a skit about Hanukkah Harry?
No.
This was like in the 80s when...
All right, so are you talking about SNL stick, or are you talking about your parents really pushed this on you as a kid, instead of Santa Claus, you get the Hanukkah Harry?
Oh, no, this was... SNL got it. John Lovitz, that's how kids dealt with not having Santa Claus. They had to do something.
So you get an old guy with a mule.
Yeah, and donkeys.
Well, I like donkeys.
And he left you, stuff like underwear and books, and some old great aunt would give you some stocks maybe, and you'd get some chocolates wrapped in gold called Hanukkah gelt. And that basically was Christmas.
All right, thanks.
You get 8 nights of crummy stuff.
Well, look at just the hour of being Jewish, yes. What we've learned.
You have learned quite a bit, actually. It's more than I ever knew.
Going to have to learn Hebrew phrases. Figured out I had to pick out my own, my new name.
Yes, you have.
Now you got the Hanukkah Harry.
It's going to be a big, big season for you.
Do we need a break?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll get with Gavin. We have the new bumpers put in soon.
I do them both. Do the Mordecai Steamroller and the Linda Diggler.
I'll get it.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We are number 1 because of you. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
They got the new bumpers?
Yes.
All right. All right, Dan. Pick up where you left off.
All right.
The Obama team believes the Bush administration has downplayed the importance of catching the FBI's most wanted terrorist, Osama bin Laden, of course, because it has not been able to find him. Back in the presidential debate on October 7th, Obama said, "We will kill bin Laden, we will crush al-Qaeda. That has to be our biggest national security priority." But, of course, doing that won't be easy. U.S. intelligence officials say they haven't had a solid lead on him since late 2001 when he was nearly captured in a battle with U.S. forces near Tora Bora, Afghanistan. Intelligence officials believe bin Laden is hiding in the tribal areas of northwest Pakistan, a remote and primitive region with mountain peaks as tall as 14,000 feet that make the terrain difficult to navigate.
I would really think with the technology and the intelligence and the fact that we found Saddam Hussein, that we would have at least gotten close to bin Laden by now.
But we can't get in there. That's the problem.
Why not?
Because we can't cross over to Pakistan with a sizable force to search for him. And it's so tribal, and northern Afghanistan and Pakistan, that you got to deal with the warlords and everyone else. And the fact of the matter is...
So the only thing really protecting him is the terrain.
Yeah, terrain and the people.
And the fact we can't get through it.
Right.
All right.
Actually,
well, what is Obama going to do that's really going to be dramatically different than what the Bush administration is going to do?
Well, so I think what he's saying is that he's going to refocus more of our efforts on Afghanistan and the problems there, as opposed to Iraq.
Well, that still doesn't mean he's going to be able to find Osama bin Laden.
And a bunch of caves up on top of the mountain being hid by people that don't care about what is $1 million we offered?
And you know what?
25
million.
Yeah, okay.
If he's out in a desolate area, what's the worry? What kind of damage can he really do at this point?
He was in a desolate area when they planned 9/11. And the U.S.
Well, they took credit for it. We still don't know that he was directly responsible.
But
you've had terrorists take credit for a lot of different things. You don't know if they actually perpetrated the act. We're not sure who actually did it. That's why we went and got Iraq.
But they were easy. Al-Qaeda had run up Afghanistan before 9/11, so I mean, he had access to more modern features than he does now. And the truth of the matter is, we don't even know if he's alive.
Yeah, they'll release videos from time to time, and you don't know what the date is on it.
No, but sometimes...
Because they'll never hold up a newspaper. New York Times, they would say, at least the 1st of November. Look at this. He ain't holding up nothing. I don't know where you are.
No, he references certain things in history to say he has been alive for the last couple of years. But now you don't know. No idea.
And again, what kind of threat does he really pose? And to pose a threat, he's going to have to get back into an area where he has access to things. That's probably when we'll find him.
Well, the frustrating thing is we can't even, when he releases these tapes, and we've got people watching on how they get to Al Jazeera, which is the kind of Islamic TV station, how they get these tapes. I mean, obviously they're passed from person to person to person until they finally reach their way there. And we've tried tracking it. And so he's got a good network up there. It's primitive, but obviously it's keeping them hit.
Maybe they're emailing it. I'm sure they have access to something.
You would think if we could find an internet signal, if that's really what they were doing, because it's not like there's going to be a lot of them up in that area. If they really were using internet, satellite phone, anything, we'd be able to find it.
Not if it's dial-up. Good, Dan.
Okay. Recently, a 22-year-old German guy decided to commit suicide after his 17-year-old girlfriend broke up with him over the phone. So the guy opened up all the natural gas taps in his apartment and then waited to die. But a little later, the man's ex-girlfriend showed up to collect her belongings, and since she didn't know what was going on, she lit a cigarette.
Solid.
Anyway, the gas did ignite and blew up half the building. Overall, 15 people were injured, including the man and his girlfriend, and one person, the man's 45-year-old neighbor, was killed. Now the man, of course, is being charged with murder, attempted murder, and grievous bodily harm.
Why would you pick that way to go?
Because it's peaceful and quiet.
It didn't work.
No, this one didn't work because the bitch showed up with a cigarette. It would have worked. Damn, that chick screws up everything. Screwed up his life and then screwed up his suicide.
And if you've turned on all the natural gas, how do you not smell that?
You mean her?
Yeah.
Well, she's 17. She's probably stupid.
Stinks in here.
Let me light this cigarette. Take away this nasty smell.
Who floated the biscuit? That's another reason I left you. Gas ass. Go sit in the garage with a car running. Don't try and jeopardize somebody else's life. Especially if you're going to do it for such a dildo reason.
Well.
Oh, your girlfriend left you. She's 17. You're 22.
Yeah, but you've been down and, I won't say suicidal, but you've been really upset when she left you before.
You get upset, but you know that you're going to be able to get past it. It's just that interim that you can't seem to shake anything, and I don't know why, because if I just sat here and told myself 30 days had gone past, I'd be over this. But you get stuck in the moment, and you just can't get away from it.
You sit there and you think about what she's doing and who she's doing it with, and you know.
And how many different things did I buy for her that she's using with somebody else.
She's getting to touch and play with, yeah, of course. And that drives some people absolutely over the top. Just sit there and go, I just need this pain to stop. I need it to stop now.
And why is it they don't seem to go through the pain that we do? They're already out getting their things rammed, and I'm sitting at home in abject misery.
Because they're chicks. They're already out getting stuff happening to them. Yeah. They can go out to a bar, no cash, and get picked up and go home with that night if they want to.
Yeah, 'cause for as emotional as chicks are, and I've never figured this out, they'll whine and cry, but man, when they decide in their mind it's over, it's like they just hit a switch, they're gone.
I've seen that happen.
You try and have the conversation with them. Can we just talk?
Nope.
Are you not going to do this again?
I won't talk. I won't say anything.
And there's no semblance of that human being that used to be in that shell
Eyes
before.
Are gone. The eyes are just blank.
Now, in essence, that's the way they need to play it. You don't want to leave the door open for anything. You don't want to show any emotion, any compassion, because if they even just call you honey, that's going to open the door in your mind enough to try and salvage that relationship, even though the thing is dead.
You can see them, like you said before, they go out under a tree and there's a little shell hanging on where their body used to live. They're gone. And you see it in their eyes. And I remember the moment I saw it in my ex-wife's face. I remember right where we were. Just like, what happened to you?
You can't even have a conversation just to figure out how you're going to split up.
No, nothing civil. And it's just,
whatever bond was there, whatever emotions, it's out on the tree in that shell where they went out to molt. They do. They go out and they morph and they turn into something else and they move on to somebody else.
And then you feel like a fool. Did I not see that person all along, or was that who she really was? And I was just stupid.
Yeah.
Then you don't trust the next chick, and she does it to you too.
How long were you married?
10 years.
But you didn't spot any of that?
No, never in a million years. Even people that knew her would say, different person, different human. What happened?
Well, some of them have different gestation periods.
Yeah, they all do it, though, eventually.
Go ahead, Dan.
A new study from the University of Edinburgh in the UK has found that speed daters pay more attention to good-looking people than they do on attractive people.
What else are you going to focus on with speed dating? If it's speed dating, you can't really figure out if they're intelligent, they got a sense of humor, or there's anything else that's going to be attractive. You're going to go to the ones with the big cans.
Well, doing research like this. Are you looking at somebody for 5 minutes? You know if you love them. What did you judge that on? They're hot or they're not? Okay, thanks. I'll go my check.
That's right. Really, it's like with the speed dating thing. What is it? Some are like 3 to 5 minutes per person.
I don't know. We've been invited to some of the different seminars. We never go. I'm curious just to go watch one happen. And do they have a list of questions when you sit down that you're supposed to exchange back and forth, or is it you just on the fly?
I have no idea. I can find out for you.
You ever gone through one, Trey?
I've never gone through one, but I know people that have. And anyone I've talked to said, you're just on the fly. That you can sit there and, some people, you strike up a conversation. It's great. You definitely interested in other people. It's like the 3 of the slowest minutes of your life because you got nothing to talk about.
Well, you're not going to glean anything from sitting there for a few minutes. If you're a guy, you immediately know whether or not you want to screw her. But the chicks always want to know a lot more than that, and that's all they want to talk about at the beginning of the relationship. Tell me about you. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your past. What are some of the things you want to accomplish in the future? You shutting up would be one.
Your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations.
I don't have any. I want to get laid.
What's your favorite color?
Beat me off under the table.
No. See how good your name is.
We got 3.5 minutes. Get a move on.
I don't think that answers any of my questions.
No, but it answers a lot of his.
Oh, you're not answering my question. What's your passion? What's your heart say?
My wife?
Your heart.
I don't know. Why don't you squeeze it?
No, that's not. That's not your heart. Quit rubbing it on me.
Some people wear their heart on their sleeve. Mine's down in my tough skins.
Under the table.
Squeeze my heart.
I'm not going to squeeze your heart. Your time is up. I don't like you.
What about these? Squeeze these.
No! I'm going to squeeze those.
Those are my lungs.
No.
All right. Good, Dan. Is there more on that speed dating story?
There is. It says, but just because you're slightly less attractive, that doesn't mean there's no hope. All you have to do is make your move when there's less competition around. Of course, for most animals, a larger group means the less attractive individuals have a better chance of bagging a member of the opposite sex. But with humans, it's the exact opposite. That's because we're willing to make trade-offs like going for intelligence instead of looks when we have limited options. But
yeah, if you've got a large room with a lot of different variables in play, and if there's a good-looking guy who looks like he's borderline intelligent, you're going to go with that one. Don't tell me you really want somebody intellectual. You want a sense of humor to play in there or appreciation of the arts. All you want is some big, bulky guy who could barely spell boog.
You're right. Of course you want somebody that's attractive from across the room.
can't stand.
Oh, no.
Good-looking people. Everything is handed to them from day one.
Well, yeah, because that society's built that way, yes. And you're upset because
They get up and they're already just there.
Yeah.
I got to get up. I got to shave things. I got to pull hairs out the end of my penis that are growing for no reason. I got to shave the top of my feet.
You don't have to do all that.
If I want to look borderline presentable, and even after doing all of that, I still come in 8th place.
There's nothing you can do about any of that. Let that go. There are going to be beautiful people in the world. I'm sure they have trials and tribulations like everybody else. They have bad days and good days.
No, they don't. There are even studies that show good-looking people make more money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true, because society just looks that way and goes, I'd like him seeing my clients versus him.
Well, and you don't know what they're going to be able to pull off. The chicks that just go straight on looks.
Look at this.
How empty.
Look at the sales staff in this building for the longest time. It was all hot chicks.
That makes sense.
Of course it does.
Doesn't matter what they're out selling. They always came back with paperwork.
Exactly, because they could get in the door. We're so...
Then you get people up in the sales department now that look like Fred Flintstone. They can't come back with anything.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Robbie, the big fat guy, looks like Fred Flintstone.
He does very well in this building in sales.
Is he selling to people in the building?
No.
I've never seen him go anywhere. I saw him today sitting in Ben and Skin's office.
I have no idea.
Just killing time.
What he was doing at all. But
obviously, he's sold out.
It's like today, I was driving down Mockingbird, and Southwest Airlines employees were picketing at the entrance of Love Field. On one corner, you have the big, bulky guys. I'm sure, mechanics, luggage handlers, whatever.
Got it. If it flies, it flies.
Yeah, you really don't. Not really paying attention. Then on the other corner, you've got like 2 pilots and like 7 hot-ass, flight attendants, and you're like, okay, what's your grievance? I'm behind you.
I'm for you.
Southwest sucks.
These knuckle draggers over here have no case. They have no right.
They always put
you guys taking donations?
Yeah, always put the hot chicks out there.
Oh, when they're sitting on the corner, they're waving at people. It's like, I'm turning around.
And how they've done it, Southwest has kept a little family of hot chicks as far as flight attendants goes. Because you can't walk in and go, you can't be with a flight attendant with us because you're ugly. You can't do that.
How is it they got away with that for through the 70s and the 80s? Anytime you got on a Southwest flight, you could just count on some chick with every lip she owns showing.
I think they did it without saying anything. You come in for an interview. You just didn't get the interview. Sorry. I'm not going to tell you why. Believe me, when you go in, there's a group of about 8 or 6 or 8 people that interview you. And when you walk away, you have no idea who votes for you. It's very much like American Idol or something. And they vote, and they decide whether you get another interview, and there's 4 interviews before you get hired. And they
obviously something changed if the height weight restrictions were thrown out.
That's gone. Yeah, that's they can't do that anymore.
You have other companies that can do that.
Who else actually discriminates on weight?
Hooters.
That's true. I guess, you can't.
You have model agencies. You can't get a gig if you're overweight. Why is it you have certain aspects or sectors of business that can do that, and Southwest is forced to haul freight?
Probably job performance. Because Hooters, you have to, that's their business model, hot chicks. Southwest can't really, they can't say, well, you have to be hot to serve drinks.
You do that anyplace else. Look at the beer chicks out at the beer tub chicks out at Cowboys.
They just don't make it. They don't make it a written. They don't make it a written down rule. That's all.
All right. Well, then don't write it down.
That's exactly how they get away with it. That's how beer.
But I enjoyed flying Southwest a lot more when you had the chicks with the hot pants with all the lips flapping.
They still have the hottest flight attendants. Have you flown American recently?
No.
Or Delta? Holy mackerel! It's like they went out of their way to go to the other extreme. I've seen one that fits in their clothes.
They what?
I haven't seen one that could even fit in their clothes. They call them CD women. Because as they walk down the aisle, they hit both chairs C and D.
Okay.
That's all union.
They're old. They're old raggedy mamas. And it's frightening. And you go, whatever happened to the hot chicks?
And also, you want somebody that's going to be hot and more athletic in the event of some type of disaster, because you can screw them before you're dead.
Some of them, are you ready to break?
I don't know.
Some of them, I don't understand how they can get out the wing exits, because the wing exits are smaller than the regular doors. And I flew last time, it was U.S. Air. And this chick, I swear to God, if she got between me and that door, I'd have to kick her out like a piece of spaghetti. Just shove her out that door to get her out. She couldn't make it through the wing door.
And there's no agility test that you have to go through to be a flight attendant.
No, well, during the training, you do have to be able to open that door and throw it out. That's all.
Do you have to be able to get out of it?
We did when I was with Southwest.
But it doesn't sound like anymore.
Obviously not, because this chick could not have.
I want somebody that's going to be able to actually, in the event the plane's going down,
right,
to take all the semen that I've been holding.
No, there's no time for that.
Yeah.
There'll be no time for that. There'll be just panicking, sitting down on the floor and just relaxing, waiting for it to happen. There'll be no time for semen.
That's the perfect time. Look, I got no time for foreplay.
You need to sit down, sir. You need to sit back in your seat. We're crashing. Momentarily, we'll be crashing.
Okay.
Put that away. Put it away.
No. This always stays unfolded.
Then you screw her. What if you live?
No. Maybe hook up later.
You were going to say shove her down the stair flight.
No, that doesn't always work out. We need a break.
We'll be back with more of the Mordecai Steamroller Show.
Put some music underneath that. I didn't really think I'd get this much content out of Turning Jew.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
All right, we're back.
We'll be back with more of the Mordecai Steamroller Show. It's the treehouse that has plenty of room for you. The Russ Martin Show. With the Mordecai Steamroller Show.
You ready, Dan?
Yeah.
All right. Get it on.
All right. In Dallas right now, a number of problems. On 35 southbound at Royal Lane, still have that accident. It's been moved over to the right shoulder. The backup is all the way to the bush. Also, Dallas 35 northbound after 635. Have an accident blocking the right lane. In Mesquite, 80 westbound, the ramp to 635 northbound. That is blocked because of an accident. Traffic has to use the service road and go up to Town East to get onto 635. Speaking of 635 westbound at Plano Road, you have a disabled truck in the left center lane, and back on I-35 in Dallas, southbound at Illinois, you have a disabled vehicle in the carpool lane. The backup is all the way to Zang. Here's a check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Mordecai Steamroller Show.
Thanks, Dan. 48 for the low tonight, a little cool and clear, of course. Sunny tomorrow, 72. It's 72 now. Live 105.3.
So, do I have it right? Now, all three car makers are saying they're all going to go teats up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tough. As soon as we opened up that window for the bailout, everybody climbed in.
Everybody's lining up, yeah. Of course. I mean,
you have AIG that we continue to give cash. Well, we up to $150 billion.
Yeah.
Started at 70 or
85.
Then they gave them another 50, and then I think another 40?
It was, originally I think another 32, and then now we've given them another 20 or something. I mean, it's just...
Why wouldn't they have a better handle on how much money it was going to take to bail out? Why is AIG that important?
Because they insure over like $1.3 trillion in world assets.
All right, and where did their issues come from?
A lot of it was insuring mortgage, banks and mortgage companies and everything else. And so they basically...
So when you have a foreclosure... Are they paying off on this, or where did all their cash go?
Well, they had properties that they insured that went into foreclosure. They, kind of like everything else, they're kind of stuck with. They insure actual companies that went under. Then they had to pay off their creditors. It's the trickle-down effect of everything stems from the mortgage.
All right, well, we can't continue just to keep pumping out cash every time one of the sectors in the economy decides that, okay, you know what, we failed as well.
Well, it works for everybody else. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that? I thought about this with homeowners the other day. if somebody was close, but I've said this before, making their payments, but you just slide a little bit, and there's going to be money for my bailout. I can't do it. How about why'd you buy that new car and a new boat? That's part of living, bud. And then you don't pay your payment, and you get help. You and I making our payments don't get nothing.
Well, at least the banks now, the mortgage companies are going back and saying, all right, you know what? We're going to work with you. Instead of foreclosing, you tell us what you can pay. We'll restructure everything.
Okay, but you still have people in homes that never should have been anywhere near them. And those, even though you got advice from lenders, said, yeah, you'll be able to do this. Your house is going to appreciate. There's where your equities, your investment's going to come from, even though you're not going to have to put anything down, and we'll even do interest only. So you're not going to make any payments toward the actual nut.
And if you haven't,
you're just going to cover the financing. Yeah. And they knew they didn't need to be in those homes. And yet some of the people that they talked to that thought God got them in those houses. Why else would this lender come out and totally just set everything aside? I don't have to put any money down, and I don't have to pay anything towards the nut. God wants me to have this home.
Clearly. Well, I mean, why else would I be able to get it? I can't afford it.
Because that lender was making a point off the damn mortgage. And if you paid 20%...
But you still knew whether you could afford that home or not.
No, there are a lot of people who didn't. Now, given there are a lot of people who did. But we are a very financially ignorant country. And...
Right, well, you could stop there. You can watch the news, and your point's been proven every freaking day.
But at least with the automakers, this is not. It's not their mismanagement that's led to this problem.
But you make better cars. You don't hear anything about the foreign automakers.
Oh, Toyota's losing money too.
Well, all right. What you're building's fine.
But you'll love this.
What?
The city of Detroit. Not the state of Michigan, the city of Detroit.
I know where Detroit
is now asking the government for $10 billion to help them out. California, the state of...
Hang on. Not the auto manufacturers in Detroit. The city.
The city of Detroit.
What did they do?
Oh, they said they're just having tough times, and, it's already an...
Now, this window's closed.
No?
Yeah, you're going to have to stop this.
I need the cash to keep the city going. Print it.
I don't get bailed out.
As an individual, no, you don't.
And you have, and in essence, anybody that goes out and has a job and has a home and has a family, you're your own little corporation. If something happens, you don't get bailed out. You can declare bankruptcy and you can get through that way, but you're not going to have somebody give you an influx of cash to float you until you're back on your feet. Initially, I was all behind this bailout program, but then the door was open, and then you've got everybody else that's just hopping in line. Well, all right, we've mismanaged funds, or, car sales are down because oil prices went up. You know what? Maybe you should have got ahead of the curve a long time ago and made all your cars get better gas mileage.
No one wanted that back then. Nobody would buy that. We tried. We brought some out. Nobody bought them. So we went back to the muscle cars.
You made them look like squirrels.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Up until recently, hybrids looked like hybrids. There was nothing that was attractive about any of it.
America didn't want, sports cars that get 40 miles to a gallon.
Well, the problem is
our research.
Well, what happens is the Japanese automakers, and the best example that you can throw out there is the Toyota Camry. Toyota threw out a mid-size sedan specifically to go after the U.S. market and to go after the Ford Taurus, and they built a better car. And that's how it happened.
I don't know if it is now, but at one point, the Camry was one of the best-selling vehicles in this country.
It still is.
But it's also made here, too, so that it's not a complete import.
It's still somebody else's design.
But you'll love this. There were like 9 banks that initially got like $150 billion from the government for this bailout.
Yeah.
All the 9, they got called to the Hill today and look and talk to the Senate because...
You can calm down.
They're not lending any of the money. They're just sitting on it because they just like having the cash, but they don't want to.
Don't let him.
The whole idea was you have the influx of money, and the banks would ease up and start loaning each other cash, and then the economy would be better.
Yeah, and then loan to the consumer. No,
I know that's overly simplistic, but wasn't that the idea? We'll give you money, so you've got something to hold you over. And then you can work with other banks now and start loaning people money, huh?
Yeah.
But they decided, I feel better keeping it in my drawers.
Yeah. And the Senate basically said, you start lending money, or you ain't getting any more, because that was
Why
not
would we
the
give them
purpose.
anything if they're not going to do anything with it?
Well, they said they would. They said, oh, you get it, and we'll start lending to banks. We'll start lending to consumers. We're going to get the economy flowing.
And then they found out that they were just used it as walking around money.
Exactly. Yeah.
So why would the government just say, if you don't start doing this, we're not giving you any more, when it should have been said is, if you don't start giving away some of that money, we're going to take it all back plus interest.
Well, that should have been an edict when you gave them the billions and billions. Here's the way this is going. Can't we stick anything on paper and follow it? You just hand somebody that's already screwed up, you handle billions of dollars and expect them to get it right this time.
That's what I don't understand.
Well, we don't want to screw up, so we're going to keep all this in-house, and that way at least we know we'll stay afloat.
You're supposed to give it away. Loan it. That's what you do.
You didn't write that down anywhere.
Oh, dear God. That's what you do. That's why we're giving you this cash.
We're banks. We hold money.
We don't hold money. We lend money.
It's where you store your money. That's where we're storing ours. And yours.
Keeping it.
At least.
We found this out when?
I guess last week, in time enough for them to, get called before the man.
So is that why the economy hasn't seen any type of resurgence? Because the money's out there, the banks just decided to sit on it.
Yeah, it's now even harder to get a loan because the banks aren't, making
You're
loans.
kidding.
No.
That's it. You take all that cash back. You don't give anybody anything else. Let this economy go absolute to piss, and then let us figure a way out of it. Because it's just like a kid. You keep giving them money and bailing them out. They're never going to figure out what the solution is, and it's going to continue into perpetuity. I'm sick of this place.
I think it was Citibank announces today that they wanted credit because they decided they're not going to dispense the $6.4 billion in bonuses they were going to give out. It's like,
who's getting bonus?
Well, wait a minute. They need more money?
No, they announced that they were going to save money by not doling out the $6.4 billion in executive bonuses they had.
Why would anybody get any bonuses? They all went teats up.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Most companies, you screw up that horrendously, short of CBS, you don't get bonuses.
There are a lot of people who are saying,
so we've taken all the people that we bailed out, and they still have bonus structures in place with the intent of paying people.
Yes.
And now you get all the cash back. You go in, you take it all back, and you tell everybody you're on your own. The government's not going to sit here, and we're not going to float you every single time. There has to be some type of penalty. I know innocent people are going to pay for it, but it's got to come to a halt.
Well, again, as Trey said, I believe at that point the economy comes to a halt, and then we all are in real deep trouble. You have to keep bailing them out. You have to.
If you continue to bail them out, there's no penalty. Again, the little home corporation. You don't have somebody walk in and hand you cash because something happened in the economy.
You screwed up. No, I've never understood how any company runs like that. No small business doesn't. My house doesn't. No one, like I said, if I'm running out of money, that's it. Lights go off. Bye.
And I know the thinking is if these companies go out of business, then you're going to have all the employees that are going to end up on unemployment. We're going to have to pay for that. It's not going to be the money that you put out. What is it? $900 billion?
Yeah.
Almost up to $1 trillion at this point?
Pretty close. And I saw an interview, and I can't think of his name, but he's kind of a Warren Buffett type investor, value investor, but he goes,
what'd he say?
He said, you're giving these companies money, and they already screwed up. He goes, it needs to be a contingent. That you fire the executives, and they hire new people to run these companies if you're going to give them this money.
The same people that screwed it up get the cash.
Yeah. Well, it's like Haney Hosa staying with the DISD. Hey, we've decided to restructure. Yeah. You're not in it.
Yes,
but he's still there, and he's going to be in charge of the DISD, and he's going to get them out of the monumental hole that he helped dig. I dug that hole. I can feel it back in.
Now, again, I'm surprised nobody's come forward and said, here's what happened to that money. Somebody's got to know.
Unless there was fraud, and Haney Hosa wasn't privy to what was going on, and he was defrauded like everybody else. Then he's got an out. But if there wasn't any fraud and it was poor management, he needs to go. Anybody else that's responsible needs to get out and then restructure that, just like these companies. You don't give them billions of dollars, especially to the same people who blew it the first go-round.
And you hear the stories about AIG giving them all this cash, and their executives are off at the fat farms and places just having a good time.
No, you don't bail out the car companies. You don't bail anybody else out. You got to pinch that off because everybody is now standing in line just waiting to get floated.
Wouldn't you if your company was going under? And
if I knew I had some buffoon that's going to hand me cash nonstop, and as a business, a for-profit business, if I blew it, I'm going to go get in line.
Absolutely.
But as a parent, you're going to have to pinch them off. Go, look, here's the real world. You didn't succeed, and that's why we have failure.
Well, I know, but if I don't succeed, then my neighbor won't succeed, and this whole neighborhood will go to hell.
I don't see your neighbor in here asking for cash.
Well, my neighbor will be tomorrow if I get mine.
I want to take any of those, Alfie?
Line 5, I get a lot.
All right. Yes, Steve.
Hey, what do you think would happen if they gave that $1 trillion to us? Anybody that's over 18 that's an American citizen, what would we do? We would spend it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people would go out and buy a new car, so there you go. You fixed the auto industry. What would they do with their mortgages? If they were upside down, they'd let the house go and they go buy another house. Plus, the government, if they give $1 trillion to us, are they going to tax us on it? Yeah. So they get part of their money back.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you on that, and I know it's going to sound naive, but we're not the ones that screwed up. It's the corporations that blew it. Give us the money. Let us stimulate the economy.
Back into the economy. How much?
The automakers, they still win because now you've got disposable income to go buy something. The mortgage companies, you get bailed out because I'm going to be able to pay my stuff off. I didn't blow it. I managed my finances. Give it to me.
You're talking about $500 a person.
We'll give them more. We do that.
How much?
50, 100, 2 million. I'm okay with that.
You didn't stay Jewish very long.
Oh, yeah. Ain't no get nothing.
There you go.
Well, I don't eat gefilte fish.
That's my boy.
All right. Any more of those before we move on?
Line 1.
All right. How we doing, Club? Yes, Chris.
Hey, boss man.
Yes, sir.
You know, whatever happened to free market, free enterprise? We just stopped meddling in the, government stops meddling in the market. Just no bailout at all. That'd be so much easier.
Well, I'm the one that argued for the bailout before it happened, but that was before everybody started stepping up to the plate. We can't succeed anymore. We're gonna have to have assistance from the government. Well, all right, you did it for Wall Street and the mortgage industry. You can't really discriminate and not give it to the automakers. You're right. We should have never gotten this in the first place, and I was wrong to.
Yeah, take a cue for Ron Paul. I mean, he had it all nailed down that this was going to happen. Now everybody's listening to him.
Yeah, you're right. There were people that said, even with this bailout in place, things aren't going to turn around immediately.
Well, no.
Even the speculators in the stock market, you haven't seen a big push in the stock market.
No, it's just been bouncing around between 8 and 10,000.
Well, now we find out it's because we give all the banks the money, and they decided we're just going to hang on to it.
And here keeps our vault nice and warm.
Well, and that's why it's coming. It went up big today. A lot of it was because Senate said, you start spending the money, you start making loans, or else.
Why wouldn't that be one of the prerequisites? If I'm going to hand you that much money to save your company, here's what you're going to do with it. Don't blindly hand it out and really have the anticipation that things are going to be okay now.
I wish I could answer that. I can't even fathom how it got to the point where they're going, you're having to tell them to spend the money or loan the money.
What would you do with all that money we give you?
We put it in over in this big room, and we locked it up. It's safe. You'll be happy to know every dollar's safe and accounted for.
You're supposed to exchange back and forth with banks. That's what's going to stimulate this economy.
Well, they got some too, so we didn't feel the need to give them any of ours.
Okay.
We like it when it's full over here.
Well, here's the way we're going to end this congressional hearing.
Okay.
Bam! Feel my pimp hand. Now, you either get out there and you start lending the money.
Okay.
Or you're going to get a fresh one. Right?
We'll be right back with the Linda Diggler Show.
Load up a regular bumper.
You failed.
But those are so catchy.
Linda Diggler doesn't even make any sense. Just sound like a funny name to me.
But Mordecai Steamroller.
Wow. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
You ready? Yes. You ready?
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Love will never do what
I can't even shake that concept of the bailout from the government to the banks.
Yeah.
And at least 9 of them? 9 of the banks? Are they sure they got them all?
That was the first they chose to give, part. I think I printed the story for JD, but
all right. Yeah, let me see. Thank you. Could you print it with a smaller font? Because I can almost read that.
Well, JD didn't tell me that. I don't know why Fox News' site does that.
All right. Is it? I'm not kidding. Is that 6 point?
Yes. It's as small as it comes.
You could have told me, JD. I would have done something.
Well, with my glasses, I can read it. Can we read it?
No.
Okay.
I can't even read the headline. Hold on, almost there. The Senate Banking Committee grilled top bank executives Thursday as credit markets remain frozen and worries mount that they are misusing bailout money. That's the government's fault.
Yeah.
You hand somebody an ass load of cash and you don't hand them instructions to go along with it, then you've become boo-boo to foo.
Well, like you said, and these are people that already have screwed it up once. So you make it very specific. Like you said, your kids screw something up, you go, okay, here's how we operate the VCR now. You do this, then you do this.
Or here's what's going to happen. You're in a situation where you can't afford the car. You can lose it for a while. You're going to go get a job. And then once you got the cash, you'll get it back. Those are the rules.
Those are the rules that I set because I've got the cash. I'm giving it to you.
How was it Congress figured out the banks weren't doling out the money that they gave them?
Well, because since the bailout, credit markets haven't become more frozen, and then they started looking at the banks going, all right, we gave you $30 billion. Where is it? What's your books?
It's in the books. That's where it is.
We're hanging on to it.
Yeah,
These are tough times. Lawmakers. How are you able to read this to highlight it?
I have my glasses.
Lawmakers urge the executives, all from banks who have received money from the $700 billion bailout, to start lending more to consumers and businesses. Senator Chris Dodd, the committee chairman, told Executive Congress he wants to see more progress in foreclosure mitigation, lending, and in curbing excessive compensation. Dodd also said banks need to step up assistance to homeowners facing foreclosure. Well, that was the whole reason for the bailout, to assist all these people. So now you got to go back and actually tell them what to do with the cash, which is what should have happened before you opened up the checkbook.
At the very end, it says something about they're hanging on to it to help themselves internally.
The banks?
Yeah.
Dodd, who stressed that the transparency in the industry is crucial. The transparency in the industry is crucial. Expressed concern banks are hoarding the money or using it for internal gain. Is that the end of the part? So what are you talking about?
Yeah, basically. Just they're holding on to help themselves. I appreciate it, government. Thanks for the bailout. Whew, now we can get that cafe done.
Well, that's why it's called a bailout. We're fine now.
Yeah, we're good. We have tons of money. You want to see it?
You haven't stimulated the economy. We're not going to.
No. You see what happened last time?
They got to take it all back. I don't see any other answer. The handouts have to come to a complete halt. Because every freaking day, it's a new industry that stepped up and said, we're going to have something as well now.
Of course.
And you gave these people some cash. How do you justify not bailing out the auto industry?
Yeah, the auto, and that's part of I believe the Detroit story he was talking about, Trey was talking about, is Detroit's the auto industry. That's where it's based. So we're having problems. You bail us out, we'll help the auto industry, and that will keep them from having to be on.
See, now you have municipalities asking to be bailed out. You've got the credit card industry, who's probably headed for bankruptcy or a bailout package. And it's obviously it's not going to stop.
No, of course, why would it? As long as you're handing the cash out, I'm going to get in line myself.
No, Detroit wants $10 billion because they're like, we can improve roads and schools and do all this.
It's Detroit.
It's not. The city itself isn't worth $10 billion. Really. I mean, the state of California asked for $7 billion help. That's an entire state. And Detroit wants 10. It's like, F you.
Here's 50 grand. Give us the city.
The whole thing.
All of it. Yeah, that's it with this story. All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay.
What else have we done?
6 in 10 middle-aged people use no protection the first time they have sex with a new partner, according to a recent survey.
People in their 30s, 40s that really have the concept of STDs.
Yeah. According to a recent survey, 1 in 5 men and 1 in 10 women say they've had sex with someone they just met that day. And while 68% of people between the ages of 16 and 19 say they always use protection the first time they have sex with a new partner, only 4 in 10 middle-aged people do. Overall, only 55% of people say they use condoms when they sleep with a new partner for the first time.
I'm not even going to rub it around their business if it's a first go-round. If you're sleeping with me on the first date, we're going to whore you.
I've had girls say that, though. I'm allergic to latex. I really like the feel of just you.
Okay, well, I'm allergic to babies. All right? So we're going to use this, or we're not going to... we got an impasse.
That was my very first thought, is she's trying to hook me into getting her a baby. I remember one of them begged me to finish, and I just went, stopped right there, put my clothes on.
Did she say why?
No, she just said she liked it. I really like when you finish.
There.
Yeah. And I said, I literally stopped and just went, you know what? I'm really uncomfortable.
So you were already having sex without a condom?
No, I had a condom on.
She wanted to take it off.
What was the point of wearing it in the first place, then?
That's because that was my idea.
That was to get him hooked.
Yeah. And I like it when you... No.
It's
not
like
you.
A poon dealer.
I looked in her eyes and went, yeah, that's a chick looking to have a baby.
I've had chicks before that actually had a fit. Why are you getting that? You don't trust me? No.
No, I didn't.
Nobody else I dated used that? Okay, I'm going to get 3 or more of these.
I got to make a quick run to the store.
I'm going to put all those on this. I'm going to see if I can get my balls in the rest of them. Okay, it's going to look like a kid's birthday party, but I'm still sticking all my business in there. How are you supposed to convince me that this is a safe bet if you just told me everybody else that's been in your business hasn't worn any protection? You got a freaking petri dish going on in there.
Very, very healthy. You don't know me. I'm very healthy. You don't know me. Stop right there.
You did a blood test on everybody else.
Yeah, no.
Now I trust those people. Do you have any idea what's growing in there?
And you want me to put something I like in it? No.
And she didn't get livid, but she was twisted when I told her, this isn't going to play out. You and I aren't going to have sex unprotected.
I've had that exact
Well, I don't want to do it. All right, get your dog ass up then.
You mean you're going to throw me out of here just because of that? I'm ready. I'm ready for you.
I used to be.
I want to feel you. John. Sound bites. Kill him, man.
Dan, how many different clips do you have from JD for this week? Is that a new pad?
Yeah. I was dizzy earlier when I was pulling some of the stuff he said the last couple of days.
It's all in context.
Yeah, but not when we play it back. It's a great thing about out of context. All right, go ahead, Dan.
Quit writing.
JD. Okay, 519. If you've ever bought Viagra from one of the online pharmacy websites, you might want to think twice before making the next purchase. A new study has found that 90% of Viagra that's bought online is fake. And sometimes,
how could you not know it's fake? When you can get Viagra online, it's probably like 35 cents. It's probably not going to have a whole lot of real stuff in there.
Because people believe anything they read online. They think, well, they say it's Viagra. Couldn't sell it if it wasn't really Viagra.
A lot of these places aren't shipping from inside the U.S., so you have no... Don't you say anything to me. Shut up.
A lot of these places aren't shipping from the U.S. Where are they shipping from, Russ?
I'm getting my roids from Nordic countries.
Well, that's not inside the U.S.
The Vikings know about steroids and bodybuilding.
You have no clue where that stuff's coming from. Just like these people. It's probably not real, and what is in there could be spiked with something.
Actually, sometimes it is. Sometimes they found some of those to be spiked with harmful substances.
Talking about roids or Viagra?
No, Viagra. Roids is fine. Sometimes it's even been spiked with rat poison.
Yeah, maybe that's not a Viking head on your little pill.
What I'm getting is...
Maybe it's a rat head. To let you know that's rat poison.
It's coming from Nordic people. Where is that?
Norway?
All right. They've always been trustworthy. Short of Hager the Horrible.
you. Hey, you're the horrible. Always ends any arguments.
Dan, stop taking notes and read something.
Oh. Trick.
Who?
Trick.
Okay.
He dropped a new album yesterday, and he's decided to promote it by picking a beef with the entire gay community. Trick freely admits that his new album, The Villain, is filled with gay hate. He tells allhiphop.com, I'm going to go on the record right now with this. Homosexuals are probably not going to like this album. I don't want your gay slur deleted. Money any GD way.
How come, what's his name?
Trick.
What's his problem with the dicks?
He says, I don't like homosexuality. Carry that stuff somewhere else. Trick says his anger against gays overflowed on the album because he's repulsed at how mainstream society is growing more and more tolerant of homosexuality. And apparently he feels that gay people deserve to be targets of hate and violence, which of course leads me to believe he's a raging homo.
Yeah. I didn't see that part, but you're right. If you're going to have that much animosity towards one group of people, it's probably because you're homo.
Most likely.
And you can't stand yourself.
And this is coming from a black guy.
I don't know, but I would. It's probably.
And his name Trick?
Yeah,
he's black. And he wants to dispense hate crimes
through his songs
on somebody else.
Through his songs.
He's a pretty much, a nobody as far as, he's had a couple of albums on no hits. I think he's just trying to say, hey, look at me, and pick a fight with Glad or whoever, thinking, all right, I'm getting national
they'll
exposure.
stir publicity and they'll listen to my Trick name.
Probably a safe group to have come after you.
You don't know. There could be some really big, burly, mean gays.
Yeah, I forgot about the Bulldogs. All right, Dan, go ahead.
All right. Recently, authorities in Sweden uncovered a group of nearly 30 zoophiles, which is another way of saying people who have sex with animals. According to a Swedish newspaper called Expressen, members of the group regularly meet at different locations around the country.
Who wants to go to the zoo? Huh?
I'll go.
I screw llamas.
I'll watch.
They like it from behind.
Do they?
But they push me, pull you.
Yeah.
After that, going to the monkey cage.
Damn it.
Some wild monkeys.
I just like how the Swedish have rednecks as well.
How many people were in this bestiality club?
Members of the group regularly meet at different locations around the country to film their intimate encounters with all sorts of animals. It's not actually against the law to have sex with animals in Sweden, and according to the unidentified 45-year-old man who leads the group, that's just how it should be. Since zoophiles aren't harming the animals, in fact, according to him, they're actually helping them.
Here we go.
The man says, any of the times I did anything with my animal, she was the one who provoked it. She was in heat and made herself available. There were also times when she didn't want to, and then I backed out immediately.
Is that real? That's a real story.
The animals were prick teasers.
Well, sure. Put that tail up in the air, swish it back and forth, and look at me with those eyes.
What kind of horrible wombat are you? And again, I don't know why I'm talking to a megaphone. When you come out, a little wombat G-string, little teddy with your 8 teeth hanging out, a wombat whore.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Here it comes. Put your tail down.
I'm not in the mood.
What?
I'm not in the mood.
All right.
Thank you.
Give me back my bag of peanuts. And my vodka.
He sure knows how to woo a wombat.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't really sure what they drank.
Vodka's a good guess.
Vodka nuts.
You got an entire... How many... I think I asked this. I don't know if I got an answer or not. How many people in this wombat screwing circus?
30.
30.
What was the state? It wasn't Texas. That guy died because the horse, he was having sex with the horse.
Horse kicked him?
No, the horse penetrated him. He was letting the horse have sex with him, and the horse penetrated him, and he bled to death.
Oh, Washington or Oregon?
Yeah, it was right. It was here in the U.S. And there was the farm.
Why would you think a human body would be able to hold up to a horse's crank? Good God! Start with a donkey.
Well, how about not? But there was this farm that people knew about it. The people that were into this knew about it. They'd come from states all around to be this specific farm to have sex with animals and the horse.
Oh.
The only reason they found out is because the guy died. They had taken him to the hospital and he was dead. And they said, wait a minute, what happened here?
Meanwhile, the horse is like, wasn't me.
Why is it your a-hole looks like a Yosemite Sam musket? How we doing, Chloe?
Break.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Better than any TV soap opera. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Anybody can live through a horse giving it to you from the rear.
I have no idea what they're thinking. That the horse has no.
How do you brace yourself? How do you hold up to something like that? I'm sure horses don't really think about gentleness.
No.
Any type of foreplay.
No. It's violent.
A stallion?
Yeah, when horses screw, it is. Stallions are rough.
Yeah.
What do you mean, hell yeah? The guy's dead. The guy's dead.
Good.
Well, yeah.
I don't know how anybody else that went, what was it, just a farm?
Yeah, it was a regular farm, and then
the word got out, hey, this horse got the hots for us.
Catered to animals, people that wanted to have sex with animals. And the horse was the big attraction, apparently.
How do you talk the horse in there?
I have no clue. I guarantee you somewhere there's video of it, and I don't nobody send it to me.
Still have the Hotmail account?
No, I don't have any accounts anymore. I just sold everything that I own.
JD Ryan 1053 at hotmail.com.
No, stop it! Shut up! Don't.
What's your Verizon account?
I don't have one. Asshole. Oh my God.
I can't fathom how somebody could hold up to something like that. Wonder what that looks like.
What? And
the Hotmail account?
No, I don't have one.
JD Ryan 1053.
God.
Go ahead, Dan. You got files at home.
Oh, my God. Probably against the law to even get that.
What?
Probably against the law to even get that.
Yeah, probably so.
When it starts coming into me in droves, the federales will come and talk to me.
Or at least CBS IT.
Yeah, you'll get it up here, too.
Oh, my God. Please tell people not to do that. Please.
2 horses, 1 hayseed. Go ahead, Dan.
Ew. All right. Still have that problem in Mesquite, ironically enough. 80 westbound.
Go ahead.
I'm trying. Anyway, 80 westbound, ran to 635 northbound. That is still blocked due to an accident. Traffic still has to use the service road, go up to Town East, turn right at the horse, and get onto 635. Also, still have a couple of problems in Richardson on 75. Northbound after Beltline Road, you have an accident blocking the HOV in the left lane. Also, 75 northbound after Spring Valley, you have an accident blocking 3 lanes. That is the HOV in the 2 left lanes. Then up in Carrollton, 35 southbound at Sandy Lake Road, there's an accident blocking the left lane there. That backup is all the way to the bush. No pun intended. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Dan. All right, chilly tonight, 48 for the overnight low, some patchy fog in the morning. Pretty nice afternoon, then the cold front hits late Friday. We have 72 now at Live 105.3. You're subtle, Dan.
The horses are ready. Dan, in the news, is it Lindsay Lohan that said she didn't call Obama colored, or is it somebody from her camp? I went back and took the audio, slowed that segment down. And you're right, you can't really make out what she said, but nothing else in context fits.
And every place that I've seen that clip, people have said the same thing. Nothing else would make sense in its place.
All right, here's the long clip first.
And I know you were a really big Obama supporter, so tell me what that night meant for you.
It was really exciting. It was such a, I mean, it's an amazing feeling. It's our first, colored president. So that's I'm so thrilled to be a part of, the country while that's going on.
Now, it wasn't hate-laced.
No, it wasn't, and she's a big supporter. Everybody knows that. It wasn't meant to be ugly or hateful or anything else. And actually, the people, Dan's got the story, never mind.
Both Access Hollywood and Maria Menounos, who is doing the interview, are calling into question whether or not Lindsay Lohan called Barack Obama our first colored president during the interview earlier this week. Access Hollywood says, we believe the word in question that Ms. Lohan used was unintelligible.
No, man, I heard it.
Maria wrote a blog on the show's website saying nobody knows what word she used. What we do know is that she is a huge Obama supporter. As for me not questioning her on the use of the supposed word colored, if you replay the moment back in a quiet room five times and still cannot understand it, how was I supposed to hear an unintelligible word in the midst of an interview? I don't know. Ask, what was that you said? Would you like to clarify?
Well, she said
that's the first thing I thought. Man, like somebody else eat it for a change.
I don't think anyone's...
Why are you going to dress him as colored?
No one's going to come after her, Mr. Imus.
Why?
They're going to come after you.
Already been on me.
Yes, we know. Now you're on the RFD channel.
It's safe over here.
Imagine. You can pretty much say anything. Nobody can hear it.
All right, here it is. Slowed down.
Colored president, so that's like...
It starts out with,
Okay.
Colored president, so that's like...
I think she did that thing that I've done occasionally, which is you start to say something, and as it comes out, you hear it in your head, and you go, that's not good, and you just stop mid-sentence, so she kind of slurred it.
When do you stop mid-sentence?
A lot of times I do. I even say stupider things.
But you don't ever slur them.
Yes, a lot of the stuff I say that you think is one thing is actually something else, because I slurred it.
No.
Yes. Well, it is.
Now, the one where you're talking about Ralph Nader, that one
is completely a slur.
That's in the JD file on my phone.
I'll get to that one in a second. Let me listen to this again.
Colored president, so that's like...
What else?
Yeah, you could play it all. It's not really worth the time to analyze.
This is not even if she said it, it's stupid. It's not ugly.
Colored president, so that's like...
It almost could be anything. I think it's colored.
Okay. You better stay out of it.
Where's JD stuff?
Just in there's a JD file.
Oh, yeah, I see. You got your own folder.
I don't want my own folder.
You earned it.
Let's go back to Lindsay Lohan. Yes.
Where's the one with Nader? Let's see. There's JD, the unedited bare necessities.
Oh, my Lord, that should be destroyed.
You did it.
I did it with peer pressure. Off the air, on the internet.
You got into singing that song
because you guys were laughing and clapping and making me do it. Oh, come on, do it. Come on. We're off the air. It's on the internet. Come on, do it. So I did. And now listen to it.
You want me to listen to it?
Please don't. Ever.
All right.
77's Ralph Nader. And then 73 is Obama talking about Nader.
Quiet. All right.
77's Ralph Nader. And then 73 is Obama talking about Nader.
That's a slur, all right.
That would make no sense for me to say that word in that context. None.
That's normally where you slip them in.
I don't slip them in. I just said the word Nader in a lower tone voice. That's all I did.
No. All right.
77's Ralph Nader. And then 73 is Obama talking about Nader. Clearly, it's just Nader.
All right. You want to revisit the one about State Farm?
No, that's I didn't even say anything there.
Okay. Diane, the chick that I dated?
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is where you were bored with my conversations.
I was helping you with your conversation.
And obviously, you could get away with it then. That was before I turned Jew. Diane, the chick that I dated.
Yeah.
Both her parents died in close order. Her mom had some type of
urinary or whatever.
Some cyst or whatever.
Urinary.
Just hand me a little Post-it note since I'm bored with your story.
Urinary tract. You were pointing to your stomach, and I was helping you out with urinary.
Type him an I am. It just says move on.
Yeah. Bored with your story.
I wasn't bored. I was helping you out.
Yeah, you're whatever.
Urinary.
Yeah, there's no...
Yeah, there is. There's urinary. Yeah, urinary.
Dude, you're dangerous.
See, that's what happened just right there. I just slurred it from urinary.
No, that's not what happened there. Just now, you were close. What we're listening to was on.
No.
What's the word?
Urinary.
All right. One more time.
Okay. Urinary.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it.
See, there's a difference.
No.
Urinary or whatever.
Cyst or whatever.
Please
okay, and there's a State Farm, and then we're done. JD's right. That's better than Allstate.
You're in good mouth.
Like a good neighbor. That was not even close to what you guys think it is. It was neighbor. That was miles away from any problems.
So what?
That was miles away.
Nowhere near my development.
Like a good neighbor.
Wow.
Talking insurance.
At least it was happy. You ready to finish news, Dan? All right, 547, Dan O'Malley's here with more news.
If you're a male swinger with performance anxiety, here are some tips to help you out. Number 1, the other man factor.
Okay, that's going to be the first issue.
Well, now, they're saying this is a tip to help you out.
If you're in another room with a naked man and you're naked, you're homo.
No, you're a swinger.
You're homo.
You're a swinger.
You're in another room with a naked man. You're homo.
I'm not doing anything with a man.
Are you in a room with him?
Okay, if I'm in a locker room at 24-Hour Fitness and there's another naked man, I'm gay.
But you're in there for a sexual reason.
With the women. With the women.
Why are you naked?
Because I'm going to have sex with a woman.
All right.
That makes me heterosexual. Yes.
What about the extra set of balls in the room?
He's going to have sex with his woman. Yes. Absolutely. That doesn't make you gay. It just makes you...
But you've had a three-way before with you and another guy and a chick.
Well, I never touched him.
I don't know that.
Well, I don't care if you know it or not.
You're still in the same bed with a naked man.
Yes.
I don't care how you're having sex if you turned her into one of those Chinese finger puppet things.
That's exactly what we did.
You're still gay.
I'm not gay. How's that gay? I'm not even touching him.
You in bed with a naked man?
Yeah.
Queer.
When you're on either end, are the two of you and the other dude, making any kind of eye contact?
No. Why would
Really?
you do that? Really? Yes, Dan. I'm looking longing into his eyes, wishing she just wasn't here.
Never do like a reach up and a high five across her back or anything?
No, it's not a sporting event.
Wishing that she was maybe a couple of feet shorter so you could touch.
She's looking down. We could kiss. You'd never know.
Okay.
You pushed it.
Don't even write that one down.
I'm not. I'm going to delete that.
All right, go ahead.
So anyway, the other man factor is if you're worried that getting naked and doing dirty things in the same room as other men makes you gay, then you're probably going to have a tough time getting things to work properly. The solution is just try to relax. Focus on your partner and not all the other guys in the room. Number 2, the psych out. Are you worried you're too small or that you won't be able to please whatever random lady you're putting the wood to? Solution? Remember that there are other body parts you can use to please a woman if your junk refuses to function. Number 3, the vicious cycle. If your member has a history of being gun shy, then you might be concerned it won't stand at attention at this time either. The sad truth is that the more you worry about it, the more likely it is to happen. Solution, think positively. Number 4, unfamiliar territory.
It sounds like you've got all the qualifications not to be a swinger. If every time you get in a room with a bunch of other naked people, you go flaccid, that's really not going to be your forte.
Obviously, yeah, it doesn't excite you. I've never had that issue, certainly. It's so unique, it's so exciting, you're quite turned on.
I got the 2 chicks. The other guy in there with me, that's going to be a real bummer.
Well, sorry, it's just about what swingers can do.
Can you just cycle, like you get to sit in there for 10 or 15 minutes and then he comes in?
Fun for the guy sitting out in the hall? Hell no.
Well, he knows he's going to go in a little bit.
No.
You just spell each other.
If you're not into the lifestyle, don't do it. It's that simple. If it's going to ook you out, don't do it.
Well, if I'm sitting in a hotel room and there's another naked guy on the other side of the room and we may cross streams, I'm going to get ooked.
And you're a homophobe.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Is that all of them?
No, there's more. Number 4, just 2 more. Unfamiliar territory. Your lady loves you and you know exactly what gets her going in the bedroom, but what if you can't please the other women in the room? The solution is just ease into the situation slowly and methodically. And number 5, if you're too drunk to function, maybe you needed a drink or two to loosen up, but you drank so much that now you can't get anything going.
I don't get the sexual fantasy of watching some other guy have it with my woman.
We've never done that, so I don't know. We've never done full swap.
What? Well, when you did the 3-way, there was some other guy. I know there was a previous chick.
Yeah, that was not. Yeah, that was a girl I didn't care about. We were just friends. We were buddies.
Just your way to get in a room with a guy?
No, it was my way to get in a room with a guy. Stop it.
It was like your gay buffer?
No, there's no buffer. Didn't need a buffer. Everything's fine. If I was gay, dude, I'd tell you. There's nothing wrong with it. What do you think's wrong with being gay?
Why do you ask?
I'm asking you because you keep...
You looking for a way out?
I don't need a way out. If I was, I'd be glad to tell you. But I'm certainly not.
How would you address it with us?
I would tell you. I would just say, hey, I got news for you. I'm not going to give you the soundbite.
God, I tried standing so still.
But don't breathe.
I even shut everybody else's mics off. Here it comes.
It's going to be good. God, you're so close.
No, you weren't.
The solution, if you're too drunk, drink some water, grab a bite to eat, take a nap, do whatever it takes to sober up so you can get back in that game.
All right. How we doing, Club? Really? There really been 25 minutes?
23.
Oh, talk for another few minutes, Dan.
No problem. Calgary-based WestJet is debunking rumors circulating online that the airline is considering introducing new $10 fees for options, including being seated in a separate area from infants and priority disembarking.
I would so pay that.
According to Richard Bartram, a company spokesman, the notion of priority disembarking is ridiculous. The idea of segregating children on board a flight is something that we wouldn't ask either and wouldn't be interested in doing.
Well, they're not going to be able to get away with that just to take kids and stick them in one part of the plane.
Absolutely not.
I'd be all right with that, though.
There's nothing wrong with segregation. What? We were talking about airplanes. We were talking... Get up off the floor, man. We were talking about airplanes and people. I would pay for that.
Had I taken that break 2 minutes ago, I'd have never got that gem.
Wow.
Thank you, Easter Bunny.
Passengers, babies.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Trey's right. I'm not sure why that made the national news with Ed Young. What's the church?
Fellowship Church in Grapevine.
Why that made the national news? Because you had some evangelist say the same thing a few months ago. I think they said go for 30 days.
No, I don't know. Maybe just the fact that, Ed's got a really, really big church, so the word got out probably, and CNN picked up on it. It's a preacher telling you to go have sex with your wife. Men and women only. So picky. Picky.
Buzzkill.
Is the only reason that they're pushing that is it's supposed to create some type of intimacy,
bonding and intimacy in
the marriage, or is it just supposed to shy you away from maybe spending time with porn?
No, I don't think that's the issue.
Because just having sex isn't really going to create an atmosphere of intimacy, especially if you're being forced into it.
Not being forced. You certainly are going to have fun and enjoy the sex with your wife.
Your spiritual leader told you to go home and F for 7 days with the same person.
Yeah.
What'd I do?
Nothing. What did you do? It's the person you love, the person you're married to.
So I'm going to guess they also want me to stay away from porn for a week.
I don't know about that. He didn't mention that. I would imagine so. Most likely that's going to be part of it. And if you're busy having regular sex, you're going to have less time and less energy for porn.
Pornography also keeps you from going outside the marriage because you're getting other fantasies met when she's not available. Plus, porn don't ask you to go to the mall. Or tell you missed your exit.
All right. But the fact is, he's trying to develop intimacy and just saying, put all the other things on hold for a week, just for a week. Not 30 days, just for 1 week. Put the kids to bed early, whatever. Take out bridge night. Don't go to the gym that night. Just stay home and have sex.
That's supposed to create better communication.
Just better.
There he is. It's on the story's running right now on CNN. What TV is that, 3?
Yes.
But what if you've got a headache? Those issues and lots more tonight.
All right. Yeah, what if you're not going to be in the mood, and now I feel like I've let my pastor down because I didn't go home and give it to her?
Well, there are other ways around it. If you have a headache, there's certain things you could still do. You can just hold each other. Just turn the lights out and turn on a candle and just hold each other for an hour.
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying, it's about intimacy. It's about spending that time that you would normally spend doing other things with the kids, with the dog, whatever, alone with her.
I'd rather spend my time with porn.
Why?
Because I ain't got to go home and act like I'm interested in what kind of day porn had.
No, you certainly don't have to care what kind of day it had.
Porn never made me watch a Joy Luck Club.
No.
Dan, did you pull that clip?
Oh, yeah.
Where is it?
Dan.
My flash drive.
Let's see. In fact, that came, JD's segregation line flashed so fast. Chuck missed it. Dan's flash.
Because he knew what I was talking about.
Who?
Chuck. That's why he missed it, because it wasn't any big deal.
There it is. All right.
There's nothing wrong with segregation. On an airliner with babies, I pay money to not sit in the baby section.
There was none of that after that.
That's what the story was about.
Okay.
I still kept the story. I'm going to put it in the frame. Read it every time you pull that out.
So you'd actually pay to be on a plane that's segregated?
I would pay to be away from the babies, yes. If I didn't have to sit next to a screaming child. Because every time I get on an airplane, for whatever reason, there's one on one side of me or the other. And the parents don't like to bring gum and things for the baby to chew on, so its ears pressurized.
So you'd pay not to sit next to toddlers and what?
I would pay not to sit next to toddlers, yes.
Yeah, we can edit that. Thanks, Trey.
You're welcome. I said toddlers.
Not when it gets bleeped.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
Oh, my. What is this? Do I just not have any friends left here at all?
It's been a huge day.
Buy you a cookie. Everybody wants me to get killed.
Piece those two together when you're done, Dan.
Okay.
The segregation and the toddlers. Bleep. Toddled. Don't want to take any of those on hold, Alfie?
Shut up.
And that one almost happened too fast for me.
Big Stacy's on line 1.
You can be on line 1.
Yes, boss.
JD?
What?
Don't come to work tomorrow.
Why don't you just come up here now? I'm in no mood.
I will be there, and I am going to beat you until I see the words like on the old Batman TV series.
Were you paying attention to the story?
Yeah.
The story was not about black and white. It was not about black. It wasn't about black and white.
No, it's not about black and white. It's a lot about black babies. That's what it's about.
About babies in general.
Tomorrow when you get to work, pow.
Bring it.
Boom.
There's nothing wrong with segregation.
God, that's so clean.
Yeah.
I thought he just said it again.
Why not at this point?
All right. Any more of those, Alfie?
Line 2.
What's it about?
Sex and church.
All right. Yes, Charlie.
Hey, Russ.
Yes, sir.
Man, that having sex with your wife or your significant other every day, it really does work. 100%. Granted, anecdote isn't evidence, but half dozen or so people I know that have been doing it, myself included. It's absolutely, it works.
Well, I get the part where you're gonna have to schedule time that you normally wouldn't be together. So you're gonna have at least however long it takes to get through this. You're going to set that aside, and you're going to be together for that period of time. So obviously there'll be some communication and intimacy.
Right.
Yeah.
But the sex doesn't really have to happen, does it?
No, it really...
No. Yeah, see, there's a guy who's doing it. And he's amazing, the difference in the relationship. Because you're taking time to show her that you really care about her enough to modify your behavior, modify your evening, and give her a little bit more time.
I'm not doing it for her. I'm doing it because my pastor said to go home and plow it.
You're doing it for the relationship. It's about the pastor, but he's bringing attention to the fact that sex every night with your wife brings you two closer together.
Is that all I got to do?
Sex every night with with your wife. Married.
Do I have to do anything else?
No. Why? You don't have to That would be nice. That's part of sex. For a lot of people, pre-sex.
All right.
And then post-sex.
I don't like that thing.
Well, it's all part of the intimacy. Give it 10 more minutes and just hold
there. What did you just say?
Just give it 10 more minutes and just hold her for a minute. Jeez, what's it going to hurt? You said hold me. I said hold her. Okay, go pull that one. I know what I said. Hold me. I said, hold her.
I like head.
I don't care what you like. Tell her.
I'm talking to you.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not even looking at you.
All right.
Sick man.
Well, that's what I like.
I don't care what you like.
I like head.
I don't. Oh, my God. Oh.
I'm not sure why I'm laughing at that.
Neither.
But I like head. Do I get that?
No. Possibly from your wife, yes.
You owe one. Yeah, you do owe me one.
I don't owe you anything. No, I don't.
All right. Go ahead and renege.
And if you want it, that means you're gay.
All right, I'm gay. I like head.
No. Saying it.
So you're not going to pay off on the bet?
No, I'm not paying off on the bet. That was a joke bet. Anytime a guy says that to a guy, it's a joke.
You're the one that came up with it.
It's not meant as real.
Do you renege on everything?
No, I pay off money bets.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Has he paid Trey you the money for your bookie?
No.
Oh, my God. You don't take checks. I will bring you the money tomorrow. Absolutely positive.
Well, I haven't heard that before.
I will bring it. I just haven't been to the bank. Off the air, after the show, tell me exactly what I owe you.
You just habitually renege.
I certainly do not do that.
Piece of work, man.
Say it.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. God. Why do you want this?
Go ahead, Dan.
All right. The David's Bridal is a boutique in which wedding day dreams come true.
I got another story about me.
Yeah.
I believe that one had some type of harassment.
Yeah. My bad. Sean Wynn bragged that he could sneak anything past airport security using his top secret clearance as a federal air marshal. And for months, he smuggled cocaine and drug money onto flights across the country, boasting to an FBI informant that he was the man with the golden badge.
This is an air marshal.
Yes.
Yeah. Michael McGowan used his position as an air marshal to lure a young boy to his hotel room where he showed him child porn, took pictures of him naked, and sexually abused him. And when Brian Cooter Phelps wanted his ex-wife to disappear, he called a fellow air marshal and tried to hire a hitman named the Crucifixer. Since 9/11, more than...
I was just about to ask. Obviously, there was this big need for air marshals right after 9/11. Obviously, they ditched their screening process.
They hired just a lot of people, and you're going to have a few bad eggs, and you hire just a ton of people all at once.
Well, and you got to, I mean, even if he was a good guy beforehand, he may have realized, I can do anything. You don't get searched, you're the perfect, and I'm sure
there are a lot of people that get in a situation where they've got that type of power, and they don't abuse it. Oh. And especially if you're going to be an air marshal.
I agree, but I mean, most of the people wouldn't, but
I'm still going to guess that they dropped their requirements for air marshals, and the screening process probably wasn't as deep as you'd want it to be.
No, because I think they went from somewhere between 30 or 50 air marshals to 3,000.
We only had 30 or 40 air marshals total for every airline, every flight.
Yeah, but that number was never put out until recently. But yeah, that's how many we had.
Why even have them?
A deterrent. We have a program. It had some money. And
the odds are always going to, I'm talking about only having 40 or 50. The odds are always going to be in your favor if you're a terrorist or you want to take that plane someplace.
Sure, but I don't think anybody knew how few we had. We said, we have a program, we have air marshals. How many you got? None of your business.
And then it jumped to 3,000?
3,000.
Go ahead and finish the story now.
Since 9/11, more than 36 federal air marshals have been charged with crimes, and hundreds more have been accused of misconduct. An investigation by ProPublica, a nonprofit journalism organization, has found cases range from drunk driving to aiding a human trafficking ring and trying to smuggle explosives from Afghanistan. The Federal Air Marshal Service presents the image of an elite undercover force charged with making split-second decisions that could mean the difference between stopping a terrorist and shooting an innocent passenger. But an examination of police reports, court records, government reports, memos, and emails shows that 18 air marshals have been charged with felonies, including at least 3 who are hired despite prior criminal records or being fired from other law enforcement jobs.
Well, percentage-wise, if you've got a few thousand air marshals and it's only 18, that's not horrific. But that's the 18 that they caught.
That's true. What are the other ones doing? You're right.
And this also emphasizes a point of not only screening the TSA personnel who don't want to be screened because they don't want to stop and wait and go through line. You're going to have to do the air marshals as well.
You know, I don't understand that at all because they should do air marshals. They screen pilots. They make pilots go through security. Okay, here's a guy.
Somebody that has a history with the airline that's been there for years. You've got an air marshal you just hired post 9/11. And you didn't really do a background check. He's not going to get searched.
No, but the pilot does. The guy that could crash the plane if he chose to. No screening. I mean, he has to go through screening from him.
The pilot does. The air marshal doesn't.
Yes.
You going to pay off on your bet?
No. I mean, yes. I'll pay off the bet. Yes.
I meant the one to me.
No, I'm not paying off on that. That wasn't a bet. That was one of those things guys say as a joke. And I'll give you this. That's how sure I am. But guys don't say that aren't gay.
I like head.
I don't care what you like. I don't care what you like. Tell somebody else that might give it to you.
You owe me.
I don't owe you that. That's gay. If
you lost the bet.
If you want it, that's gay.
I like head.
I don't want. That's so disturbing. Dan's even moving away from me.
Well, that's because I'm my runny nose.
Oh.
You like head?
I do. Just not from dudes.
See?
And I don't make bets about it.
It was a joke. Clearly. I was joking.
You said, and I'll throw this
That's
in.
how sure I am I'll do that.
Oh.
Well, you've always known. I like head.
No, I don't know what you like, and I don't care what you like.
Just because you're sure about it doesn't mean you should say it.
It's like any time a guy
Especially
goes,
somebody like me. I like head.
Anytime a guy goes, hey, me, you don't mean it.
You were adamant with that bet.
But when you say that, if you're driving down the road and somebody cuts you off,
you still said
roll the window down.
You still made the bet. You still owe it. I like head.
No, I don't care what you like. Continue to like whatever you like. There'll be none of it. For you. From me.
Another case where you renege.
I'm not. No.
Go ahead, Dan.
A homeless man who called police from Wausau Laundry was hospitalized after his preliminary blood alcohol level registered at 0.56%, or 7 times the legal limit for drivers.
Read that again.
A homeless man who called police from Wausau Laundry was hospitalized after his blood alcohol level registered at 0.56%.
Pussy. Please.
0.56?
That's 7 times the legal limit.
Amateur.
That's always been the best thing about alcohol poisoning is normally you pass out long before you get anywhere near that. Does it say how he got that far?
The 53-year-old man had called 911 Tuesday and said he didn't feel well and had a history of heart trouble. He was taken to the hospital and then to North Central Healthcare for treatment. Said the man had been homeless for 8 months and has arrest warrants from the area. That's it.
Well, and he didn't die from this?
Apparently not.
No.
I don't know how your body just doesn't immediately evacuate that. I had too much to drink the other night and threw up 8 popsicles.
Oh, my God. That's pretty funny. 8?
Yeah, and I don't know why, but it's like I could feel
vomiting
each popsicle coming up.
I'm vomiting rainbow blood.
And the one time that I actually make it someplace, because normally when I get sick and yak, it just hits the couch or the floor.
Oh.
I made it to the sink, yacked there, felt each popsicle come up, went back to bed, and the sink clogged up.
How much do you drink? I can't imagine you drink enough to get sick anymore at your age.
I'm not sure. It might have been something with the food.
Yeah, a mixture of everything.
Well, and the popsicles are contracting your stomach to begin with.
But this was like 3 or 4 hours later. It was just odd. As they're coming up, I could feel each popsicle.
You mean like they had gone, like in your stomach had reformed as whole?
As absurd as that. Yeah. It was damn strange.
Yeah.
Amy hated cleaning out that sink.
You make her clean it up. You threw up in it.
I didn't tell her what it was. I just told her that sink clogged up. She stuck her hand in there and started digging things out.
Oh, gross. Oh, my God. You're nasty. Did you ever tell her what it was?
No.
Why would you do that to her?
Because it might happen again and I ain't cleaning it. And I'm not going to tell her for another reason.
Why?
I like head. Do we need a break?
They may be drinkers, Robin, but they're also human beings.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Better than any TV soap opera. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
All right, Daniel, what else you got?
2 years after a sex scandal forced him out of his job as pastor of New Life Church in Colorado Springs, Ted Haggard took the pulpit and said he was abused as a child.
I forgot what it was that he did.
I'm trying to remember himself. He was one, I think the guy came out and said that he was engaging in gay sex for money, so gay prostitution.
Oh, the prostitute, okay.
Yeah. Haggard was giving a sermon at an Illinois church over the weekend when he made 2 apologies, one to his family and one to the members of his former church. He said, "I'm very, very sorry that I sinned."
I like head.
Say that.
My wife, all my sin and shame fell on her. People treated her as if she had fallen. And my children, they all went through carrying my shame. He told the congregation at Open Bible Fellowship Church in Morrison, Illinois, that he was sexually abused as a child when he was in the 2nd grade.
All right. That's of no consequence. And they always throw these things out as if that's going to be some type of mitigating factor. You were engaged in something as a pastor you probably should have shied away from. I know you like head.
He admitted all that.
But the fact that the congregation let him come back.
I don't think it's the same church. I think it's a different
Well,
church.
who cares? They're still going to know he's still talking in a church. He's still addressing this issue.
That's the thing about Christianity. Sometimes, they can stand up and go, hey, I admit I sinned and God's forgiven me. God.
All right, how many different go-rounds do they get?
Well,
Jimmy Swaggart was probably the best one. Got caught, got his ministry back, and then he's back out on a tear. He likes head.
I know. Stop saying that.
And because you got up and you cried in front of your congregation, we're just supposed to accept that. That in itself makes me think that a good portion of religion and these congregations are all buffoons.
Well, they want to believe in forgiveness.
There are a lot of pastors that you can believe in that haven't pulled one of these boners that you could support that ministry, especially with this guy. You didn't even get caught with a female hooker.
No,
homo.
He didn't. He was definitely homosexual.
And that's 2 of them.
He said
you went out and you got a prostitute and you got it from a guy.
He got meth, but he said he didn't use it.
Why? All right. What's the rest of the story, Dan?
Yeah, that's the crux of it right there. He went on to say, there I was, 50 years old, a conservative Republican, loving the Word of God, an evangelical, born-again, spirit-filled, charismatic, all those things. But some of the things that were buried in the depths of the sea from when I was in the 2nd grade started to rage in my heart and mind. The founder of New Life Church was forced out of his 14,000-member megachurch after the scandal broke in 2006. He also resigned as president of the National Association of Evangelicals after he confessed to undisclosed sexual immorality.
All right, did I get it wrong? Is he addressing a congregation or?
No, he is.
Okay.
He's at a church in Illinois.
Is he speaking there, or is this his new one?
It doesn't say.
The way it reads, it's like he's speaking there.
Right.
All right. That would be... You got a way to play that one. Is, with God's help, I'm going to be able to make it through these trials and tribulations, but you don't give him a church back.
Me personally? No, of course not. You let him come back into the flock, but you don't give him a church back.
Well, here's the argument that they'll use. And if you really have faith in the religion, this is going to be a hard one to go against, is if you really believe in the power and the love of God, you're going to believe that he can change me.
He can, but it doesn't change what he did. He can come back to church. He can be a part of the church. I just don't want him to be my pastor. I'm not going to turn my back on the man, but I don't want him to be my leader either.
What is this clip you sent me, Trey?
It's JD's horrible remarks.
Would you stop with this? I would pay not to sit next to yes. Why do you guys do this?
Because you don't like it.
Nobody likes it. It's uncomfortable.
I like two things. I like those. I like head. It's a toss-up right now.
I would pay not to sit next to yes. Toddlers.
Mm-mm. Now,
yes, that was what it was. Everyone heard it. I said toddlers.
What does something like that go for?
Toddlers?
No.
I would pay money not to sit next to certain crying babies.
All right.
I don't like them on the airplane.
You'll piece that together?
God.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Why are you quit talking to me? Quit talking to me.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
You're not allowed to talk to me anymore.
I believe Trey mentioned this earlier. The Detroit City Council voted on a non-binding resolution Wednesday that asks for a $10 billion bailout for the city. The resolution was not on the City Council's agenda and was brought up at the end of the meeting by Council President Pro Tem Joanne Watson. Watson said the city needs the funds to spread, offer more employment, improve transportation, and rebuild the crumbling housing industry in the area. The council...
No more cash. Not Detroit, not the automakers. Take the money that you gave to the banks, take that back, especially if you gave them billions in a bailout and they sat on it. The whole theory behind giving them the money for the bailout was to bail the country out, not to sit on it so you feel better in rough times.
We feel better that it's right here when we have our eyes on it. It's good to have it right here.
And it still goes back to the feds. You are absolutely a clump of fools to hand this money out and not set some prerequisites, rules, guidelines, instructions on what to do with the money once you give it to the banks for the bailout.
I bet they did. They had to have. They couldn't have done that. That's stupid.
No, they didn't, because in that congressional hearing, I was watching it on the news during one of the breaks, they said, we need to go back, reanalyze this, and actually put rules in place.
Why wouldn't you do that in the beginning? You're right. That's just foolish. It's like a parent, as you said earlier.
Well, the thing you addressed where you said, the hell did you say?
I don't know. I'm sure it was ugly.
What did you say? Oh, why you give the same money, give the same fools that blew it the first go round.
Yes, like your neighbor.
All right, here's the money. Here's what's going to happen. First of all, you're going to open back up the lending process. Everybody that screwed up is out. Hire new people.
Period.
Don't hire anybody from DISD. And restructure this. But the people that are responsible are out. Or you don't get the money.
That's like, listen, it's like having a kid and oh, Daddy, I'm out of money again. All right, here's another 50. Now, you're going to take care of this one. Absolutely. But that, without laying down any guide. I just can't believe the government was that stupid. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, it did.
It has that you've got to pinch this off. Well, because every day the line just gets longer of companies that can't make it. I understand not all of it is directly related back to the companies. Not all of them screwed up. Still not the problem. You were okay when you were making profits.
Well, yeah, we like profits. Profits are easy to handle.
All right.
It's that negative thing we have.
Well, there has to be some type of penalty when you blow it.
Okay, I blew it. The penalty is I feel really bad. Now give me some cash. Give me some more.
And initially, I was for the bailout, but I didn't know everybody else was going to get in line and start pointing at their books None of us can make it. The economy is absolutely in the pisser, and we're going to have something. And you don't want the three automakers to go belly up. I don't care. I got a car.
Yeah, but there's a big trickle-down effect that happens there with the car dealers.
I understand that, but you're going to have to let companies fail. Otherwise, there's going to be no learning process. Mm-hmm. Let them go belly up. I got a car.
You know who's going to be really happy and just glowing about this whole situation?
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. I told you a bad idea was a bad idea. Good Lord.
Bailing out Wall Street at first blush seemed prudent.
Yeah, it seemed like the only thing to do. You had really smart people that deal with money their whole life. Warren Buffett's and people like that, and they said do it. Everybody was saying do it.
But nobody had the foresight to tell the banks, we're going to give you this money, lend it. Don't sit on it until things get better.
Such an ugly word, lend. That's how we got in trouble in the beginning.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Tony Romo laughed at the notion his return to the Dallas Cowboys will be the complete cure for them.
Yeah, so did we.
He said, we will find out, we will find out on Sunday. The Cowboys, now 5-4, have gone from Super Bowl favorites to third place in the NFC East by losing 4 of the last 6. They are 1-2 since Romo broke the pinky on his throwing hand, but had the same record in the 3 games before he got hurt. Romo, who returned to practice during last week's open date, is ready to get back on the field Sunday night when the Cowboys play the Redskins in Washington.
Trey, do you know what the line on the game is Sunday?
You were right. It opened at 2.5, but then it immediately...
The Cowboys favored by
2.5. Then it immediately went to a pick'em, which means, just that. And then it's been off with Clinton Portis and back on. Last time I looked at it was
Clinton Portis,
the Washington Redskins running back
that may be out.
Yes.
Okay.
So last time I looked, it was still at a pick'em.
Which means what?
It means there's no line. You pick one.
Okay.
That's like even money.
I'm sorry, your mic's off. What?
And that's like even money, right?
I got it.
Right.
Is there an over-under yet?
That's been off and on too. It was 42, but I have no idea what it's going to be.
Well, and since Clinton Portis, the Redskins running back, is a game-time decision, that's going to... Some of the betting lines are going to be wary of that.
Is he that pivotal with the Redskins?
Extremely.
Yeah. I mean,
when the story came out this past weekend that said, well, it looks like the Cowboys got a break. All right, I thought maybe Pac-Man's back. We're almost feeling better. No, one of the Redskins is dead.
It's almost the equivalent of in the 90s with the Cowboys if Emmitt Smith was out.
All right. Are they keeping Brad Johnson?
Right now, yeah.
I've seen better chunking at the zoo.
I just don't think they have any other options right now. I mean, they'd be better off going to get Bledsoe.
I'm sorry, just got the picture of a monkey in a Dallas Cowboy outfit.
They've got the accuracy. You see them, the people go by the cages, and you get hit with scat every time.
Well, you get a long time to practice. They're here all the time. Here comes another.
All right, Dan.
A new study from San Diego State University has found that kids today are much more likely to think they'll make outstanding workers, spouses, and parents than kids who grew up in the 70s.
Yeah, I expected to live on social services.
Didn't.
I didn't go to school. I graduated in the lower third of my class. I went to community college on and off for 8 years. I deserved to be on social services.
You always knew you were going to be a successful disc jockey. You told a lot of people that back in the day.
No, I didn't.
Who was I talking to the other day that said to say hello to you and said, congratulate him because he told me back in the day he was going to do it, and he did it. I can't remember who it was, though.
I never had any expectation. I just expected to live with my parents until they died.
You've always worked. You've always had a work ethic.
I've always worked, but I never really expected to make more than $20,000 a year.
Well, something got you here. Some kind of driving force. You don't just fall into a job like this.
I think I did.
No, you don't just fall into it. No, it's impossible. Winning the lottery's easy. You fall into that. You've worked hard to be here.
Okay. I don't have an answer for that.
All righty.
In 1975, less than 37% of teens thought they'd be a very good spouse, but now that number is up to 56%. And in 75, half of teens thought they'd make great employees. Now, 2 in 3 teens think they'll make ideal employees. Overall, teens today are much more likely to consider themselves intelligent and to be completely satisfied with themselves, while 3 and 4 high school students say...
And do you know how kids got in that situation? It's because we've taken all the stigma away from failing, just like we're doing with the freaking economy.
Exactly. Well, because, nobody fails.
You've taken away grades. You've taken away the honor roll. You've taken away giving them homework, any time of being chastised for blowing an assignment. You've taken all of those out and really expect them to be set to go out into the business world.
It's going to be very easy.
So that's the generation that's going to take over where we are now.
Well, the difference is these...
Happy goddamn day.
Kill me now.
No, you're right, because here, this last stat, it says 3 and 4 high school students say they think they'll be more successful than the majority of their peers. The key word in that is they think they will.
Because they don't
know how to do anything.
Well, there's no concept.
They never failed. Really.
It's because you never had to actually try to do something.
They didn't never allow you to fail. Even when you did fail, they didn't tell you.
Everybody's worried about the stigma, even to the fact of you banned Valentine's Day because you didn't want one kid to get more cards than another one. Then you feel like a shutout. Well, you know what? Why don't you work on your communication skills and your people skills like I did?
When did you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's one of those things you thought you did?
No.
Okay.
But they're not going to be ready to run anything.
No. They're going to think the world is going to run like DISD.
Well, and you know what? Really, they've got no reason to think anything else. Watch the news. Everybody's getting bailed out because they're all F-ups. What's going to be my penalty when I go out into the real world?
None.
I got nothing to worry about. I see what the template is. You have a company, blows it, government gives them cash, and you sit on it.
Mm-hmm. There's always bankruptcy if you screw up. There's always those other things.
All right.
According to estimates, about 1 in 5 kids are considered obese, and that is, of course, a serious problem. Some may wonder why. That's because a new study has found that obese 10-year-olds have the arteries of a normal weight 45-year-old.
Yeah.
How is it we really expect to have a future? I hate to get over analytical, but it doesn't really sound like we're prepared for anything.
No.
And how, as a parent, could you look at your child, 10 years old, be morbidly obese, and not make any effort to correct that?
I was walking through...
You want to be an adult, you want to be fat, you want to die early, that's dandy with me. But how do you look at a child, somebody that you're their caregiver, and you're okay with them being that big, knowing that you're going to cut their lifespan down? Forget about anything that's going to go on in school with kids and heckling and whatever else goes along with being fat.
I don't think about it. It's my kid. I've seen them get fat. They eat the same foods I do. Maybe they just maybe it's a physical problem. You know?
It is a physical problem.
I know what I'm saying. They can't help it. My child's fat because he can't help it.
Your child is fat because of his eating habits, the genetics. I'm not buying the genetics.
Well,
it runs in our family. Your family is go to the zoo. Look at each cage.
Yeah.
You got a fat animal and you got a bunch of fat ones running around with it. That's because they have the same eating habits. Are you more evolved than that?
Absolutely. I was walking through Walmart last night, noticing family after family after family, obese children, huge parents. These two parents, 2 of them, both in the little scooters, and 3 little kids running around in circles. Can you imagine how sad that is? That both parents have to shop at Walmart in the scooter.
And no concept how everybody got to the pachyderm size.
The concept was you look in the basket and see what they were buying.
No, the people don't get it.
No, you're right. No, they don't look at it.
So why not adjust your diet? Screw you and whatever it is you're going to eat. Just adjust everything so at least the kids got some kind of chance to make this change so his kids don't turn out to be a bunch of pachyderms.
They don't care. They don't think about it. If they did, they might think about it for themselves.
Or they don't know.
What is not to know?
I'll give you a good example.
All right. Trey's going to tell us something.
No, it's just, woman I know, she's mid-60s.
Okay.
Can't understand why she's not losing weight because all she's eating is salad. But she doesn't fathom the fact that...
Salad dressing.
Yeah.
Cheese. Bacon. Eggs. Ham hocks.
Exactly.
Aged block of Gouda cheese.
When you dump, a gallon of ranch dressing on a salad, it's still not going to do the job.
You're actually better off getting a Big Mac.
Yeah.
And she can't actually do the math. Look at the salad dressing. Figure it. That's the other thing that confuses me is you get emails. People want me to put out a cookbook for low-fat recipes.
More easy.
All you got to do is look at the back of a box of whatever it is you're fixing and replace it. Says milk, use fat-free margarine.
I know that, you know that. People want to read it. They want exercise books. How hard is that? Grab a couple of milk jugs and run down the street. I mean, it's really, it can be that simple. But they want books. They want trainers.
They want a fad. They want the Atkins diet. They want some type of, something that comes with a little trick where you pee on a strip and the colors change. Mm-hmm. You want something that's not really going to take any effort. I am sick of fat people in this country.
And their only saving grace is going to be, before long, I imagine they're going to have a pill that will just melt fat away, and people can eat whatever they want and not get fat. Now, life expectancy is going to crap the bed, but you're going to have thin people and they just eat like crap.
Let them die.
Well, the only upside to walking through Walmart last night and seeing all the fat people was the fact that Walmart's now playing Christmas music already.
Oh, I heard that today.
Dear God.
I stopped into one today to get some stuff for lunch.
Oh, that started before Halloween. I went into Home Depot to get some more Halloween decorations. Yeah. I missed it by 2 or 3 weeks, and this was the first part of October.
Oh, my God. What is that? I don't know.
I even asked them, was there anything in the back? No. I got a month. No, you don't.
It's over.
Not, you want to take this Santa Claus and put it in a sheet?
No.
I'm just waiting for you to say something.
I'm not saying anything else the rest of the day.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Here are 5 things.
Hold on. Anyway, I want to take one of those, Alvy. Line 1. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, listen, Russ, you were talking about the genetics, and yeah, I think there is an element of it, but, what's so fun, like in my family, when I was a kid, when I asked for a cookie, I wasn't given, one for each hand. I was handed the freaking box. You know what I mean? And I didn't learn how to eat right. And now, we're in a position where my kids spend time with their parents or with my grandparents, or with my parents, and I'm watching them kind of, they're ballooning up, and we're having to stop and say, wait a minute, we are not doing this again. We are stopping this right now. And I'm having to step in and, change eating habits and start exercising.
Well, that's why I said I don't necessarily buy the genetics. Almost all of it is going to be eating habits. Right. You go with what you've been taught, learn behavior. Sure. You finish the plate, you eat all of it. Doesn't really matter what's on there. And if the parents aren't going to change their diet for themselves, do it for your freaking kids. Tired of straightening people out.
And there is
hang on. Which line? 4? Hold up your fat fingers again. Is that 4?
4.
All right. Yes, Zach.
Man, what's your problem with fat people, Russ?
I don't like fat people raising fat kids. You want to be fat as an adult, that's dandy. But why wouldn't you want to look at your child as a caregiver and think, all right, I'm going to do something that's going to change them?
Well, I understand that point, but the way you talk about it makes it seem like you hate fat people as members of society.
Yeah, I do.
That's great, Russ. That's a great way to think about things.
Are you fat?
Yes, I am.
What do you weigh?
I weigh about 310.
Do you have kids?
No, not yet. Hopefully soon.
With what?
With another fat lady.
Man, he even sounded fat.
Yeah.
How you sound fat?
It's all the gravy.
Oh, yeah. Do we? All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. The number 1 afternoon show is found right here. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
There was somebody sitting on hold that said, I don't make enough money to eat healthy. Obviously, it's cheaper to go through the drive-thru and get something for $1 or a couple. What do vegetables cost? I really hate to break this down to a simplistic form, but what's that going to run you?
Veggies don't cost that much at all, really. And
there are too many easy ways out of this that people don't want to address.
No, they've worked all day. They're tired. They're going home. They want to grab a bucket of chicken and go home. Or they want to order pizza, and it's easy. It's just simple.
You can go to Jack in the Box, and for $5, you get a great grilled chicken salad.
You still got, but you can go to McDonald's and get something for a couple of dollars.
I think the salads are like $5.
Go to the store and do it yourself.
I don't want it. I'm tired.
I may actually be to the point of doing some type of cookbook, and if you're really that stupid, you deserve to lose $12.
I think
because all it is just conversion. You look at any recipe and just take the things with fat out and put low fat or non-fat in there.
And that would be more expensive when you do that. However,
no, it's not. You can take Mexican food and you can make that not completely fat-free, but you can probably take 80% of the fat out of it and not spend anything else.
The meat, the leaner meats are more expensive.
Chickens.
I'm not saying that's an excuse. It's not, because you still have the simple plan of
you could still take beef that's 85% lean, drain the grease out of it.
That's a good part.
Well, and if nothing else, portion
stay
control.
That way. People don't like portion control. When they sit down and eat, they're going to want to eat everything until they're specified.
Well, I don't want.
So if you even go this route, eat a bunch of crap, a lot of roughage, broccoli, whatever. You still have your chicken fried steak, but just have that. Have the vegetables. That way you're absolutely stuffed. And luckily, a lot of that roughage is going to clean the crap out from the chicken fried steak.
You're right. But again, that causes people to think. I've got to think about this. And I'm done thinking at the end of the day. I want to grab some food. I want to go home.
Well, then just accept where you are, and it's going to be like that.
Well, it's the government's fault.
Do something for it's who's?
It's the government's fault. They don't make the fast food places make this stuff healthy. They know that's what I'm going to buy.
The fast food places can make it healthy. You're going to pay more, and you ain't going to get your 99-cent burger anymore.
See? Government's fault. The government should bail out the fast food companies. I'm sorry. I had to get to the point of ridiculousness.
Could I actually sell a cookbook?
Yeah, you could. Oh, hell.
And all it's going to be is really just conversion.
I make that Mexican dip that's low fat, and people are still they don't believe. They're like, well, it can't be low fat. I go, yeah, all you have to do is
the only thing you can't get around is the sodium. I couldn't give a piss less about that.
No.
If that's going to be the biggest thing that I'm going to take in, fine.
Oh, everything on the back there. Sodium's the high one. You're okay. Drink a lot of water.
This is Dash.
What?
This is Dash, sodium free.
Yeah.
I love Mrs.
Take the weight off.
Okay.
But, for Thanksgiving.
Oh, I know you made that.
I short of the turkey, because you can only do so much with that. It's just going to have natural fat in it. Everything else is almost fat-free when I cook.
At your house for Thanksgiving that time, almost everything, including the pumpkin pie, I believe, was fat-free or low-fat.
And so far, I don't think anybody's noticed. Nobody said it. Well, what are you going to say?
No, you don't notice at all.
It's awesome.
All right, I'll
put one together. Just start on it.
All you have to do
a recipe a week.
We could take a generic cookbook, look at a recipe they have, and then you just go, okay, use this, and this.
All right. Anybody else can do that. If you look at a recipe, and I'll be done with this because this is overly simplistic. You look at a recipe, and if it says eggs, use egg beaters. If it says sugar, use Splenda. If you don't like the taste of fat-free butter, then cut it. Use real butter and then fat-free, and just gradually wean yourself off of it.
Simple. But people want it handed to them. Same thing why fast food places are making a ton of cash. People don't want to think about it. They just want it handed to them. You fork over $2 and give me my 2 cheeseburgers. They can't think.
Well, I don't know how you use the excuse of it costs too much to eat healthy.
Because then I got to go to the store. I got to buy a bunch of vegetables.
Anything you buy at the store is going to be cheaper than going through fast food.
Oh, I know when you calculate it out. Yes, you're right. But they don't want to think of it that way.
You can go to Sam's and buy a giant thing of mixed vegetables for $6, and it'll.
Again, JB's right. Nobody wants to do that. You don't want to go the effort. You want to stop by one of the fast food places, shove it in your hole, and just look in the mirror and just always be stunned.
Why am I gaining weight?
Why don't you take a look at your stool?
Well, the Jack in the Box wrapper's still on it.
I guess that's why I didn't have to wipe. All right, go ahead, Dan.
In 1894, a woman named Ruth Smithers wrote a book called Sex Tips for Husbands and Wives in order to help young women.
What year was this?
1894.
All right.
In order to help young women who are about to face the terrible experience of sex for the first time. So here's a look at some of the tips she listed in her book. Number 1, the wise bride will permit a maximum of 2 brief sexual encounters weekly, and as time goes by, she should make every effort to reduce this frequency. Feigned illness, sleepiness, and headaches are among her best friends in this matter.
Good.
Number 2, just as she should be ever alert to keep the quantity of sex as low as possible, the wise bride will pay equal attention to limiting the kind and degree of sexual contacts.
What?
Number 3.
Leave him alone.
Why?
Men are by nature rather perverted, and if given half a chance would engage in quite a variety of the most revolting practices.
I like head.
That would be included. Number 4, do not encourage him. Nudity, talking about sex, reading stories about sex, viewing photographs and drawings depicting or suggesting sex are the obnoxious habits the male is likely to acquire if permitted. And number 5, a wise wife will make it her goal never to allow her husband to see her unclothed body and never allow him to display his to her. Number 6, women have found it useful to have thick cotton nightgowns for themselves, which need not be removed during sex.
I was married to one of those.
Number 7, once in bed, the wife should turn off all the lights and make no sound to guide her husband, lest he take this as a sign of encouragement.
You're married to one of those, too.
Lie there and take it. Number 8, a woman should lie as still as possible.
What year was this?
1894.
Okay.
Bodily motion could be interpreted as excitement. By the optimistic husband, sex, when it cannot be prevented, should be practiced only in total darkness.
What was the whole reason for them to shy away from sex?
Because sex was supposed to be only for
procreation and nothing else. It wasn't enjoyable. It was something women had to endure, not enjoy.
Sex is supposed to be enjoyable.
It's today, the way we think.
Well, it's always been enjoyable.
Back then, women were afraid of it, and they were told by their parents.
Well, they make it sound like after you had it, obviously you're not going to get into this. They're making it sound like it's drinking beer. All right, you're going to get the ugly Peter face at first. Gradually, you'll get accustomed to it. They're making it sound like it's going to be something they're going to have to just kind of ramp up into.
And then stay away from as long as they can.
Yeah. Number 8, we're going to do that. Number 9, wise wives are ever on the alert for new and better methods of denying the amorous overtures of the husband. Arguments, nagging, scolding, and bickering prove very effective if used in the late evening.
John?
Married to one of those.
Number 10, men obtain a major portion of their sexual satisfaction from the peaceful exhaustion immediately after it's over.
Well, no, one of the reasons guys were screwing sheep.
The wife must ensure that there is no peace in this period for him to enjoy. Otherwise, he might be encouraged to try for more.
One of those.
A sheep?
No peace after anything.
And we'll do one more here. One cardinal rule of marriage should never be forgotten. Give little, give seldom, and above all, give grudgingly.
John?
Now I know what she read. That book.
What is line 2, Alfie? Hurry, I gotta go.
It's back to the losing weight.
Are they complaining?
No, he's agreeing with you that it's easy as long as you do the right things.
All right, make this quick. Hang on. How much weight have you lost so far, Alfie?
80.
Are you spending... how long has it taken you to take this off?
Since Father's Day is when I started.
I don't know when Father's Day was.
June.
Yeah, since June.
All right. Do you think you've spent more cash to lose the weight?
Yeah, definitely.
A lot?
Not a ton more.
What is it you used to eat?
Oh, just drive-through stuff. Stop at the Jack in the Box.
And you eat what now?
I'll go to the grocery store, buy spinach, salads, fish, chicken, things like that.
And you think overall you're spending more cash now?
Yeah, not significantly more. I'm not talking double, but I'd say maybe 30% more.
All right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is more expensive to eat things. I know leaner beef, chicken, whatever.
Costs a little bit.
I know that's going to be more, but you could still take the beef with fat in it, cook it, and then drain everything else off.
There are ways to do it. You're absolutely right.
Oh, hold on. Yes, Reagan.
Yeah, I basically just went to the healthy choice dinners. I'd scatter those across five times a day. They're $2 each, $10 a day. I dropped 40 pounds in about 3 months.
What did you weigh before?
I went from 256, and I'm about 215 now.
What was the catalyst?
Just take a look at myself.
Uh-oh, temptation.
Gotta go. The God ice cream.
Damn it.
You know, ice cream trucks are actually making a resurgence.
What, ice cream trucks?
Yeah, but instead of...
I'm sure that guy sitting there, you heard that he goes, Pop goes, we were making me a hard
God.
I hate running out in the street with my bone.
Change the song.
Give me Rocket Pop and make it quick. I got a gut part on. All right, you ready to go, Chuck?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. All right, Dan.
All right. For more information on the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, and more, just go to russmartin.com. To answer any questions you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To email the show and during the show only, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, danO'Malley.com, djclo.net, and treytrenholm.com. Limo service for the show is provided by Limo George. His website, limogeorge.com. The official liquor store of the show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, majesticliquors.com. The official airline of the show is Southwest Airlines. Their website, southwest.com. And the official site for Live 105.3 is live1053.com.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
Now listen to the Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info. The Metroplex.